Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Airy Sky Rita Lee's video blog. I'm Airy Sky. So, I've not been feeling too well today, but I do have an update for you all on your your stimulus update today. So there's a lot of people out there still begging and pestering the government for $2,000, $2,000 a month. It ain't gonna happen. I just want to basically be frank about it. So as you know, they're trying to get a bill hammered out. Fortunately, they want the deadline to be tomorrow. Fortunately, again, that ain't gonna work. So Mitch McConnell came out today and said some Republicans are like it, some aren't going to like it. Well, there's Republicans, factions within Republican caucus fighting to not give anyone a check. Basically, they're like, absolutely, what the hell are we doing? Problem is there's a lot going on the people's plates, okay? One is the manager, and all these people around, sorry, not manager, but all these people going around, they're talking about evictions. They're not even taking care of the eviction problems, okay? And that's a real problem. When they're basically sitting there and they're hammering out this bill, right? Each part of the bill is going to be basically broke down by a department. Like one person hammers out Social Security benefits, another one hammers out liability, and another one hammers out, and then they'll all bring it together before voting on it. Fortunately, right now, I don't think they can hammer out something by tomorrow. It's impossible. And because they need their weekend to restore themselves, it's more likely going to be it's going to be more likely that they're going to enjoy the problem is uh, problem is they're not giving much information today. Like I said, that's why the videos are the way it is. I know some of the people have asked about benefits. Well, that's why I'm here. So what's going to happen is Social Security is basically people on Social Security disability insurance, retirement, survivors, SSI, VA, and railroad will probably get the same benefits as everyone else. We're talking approximately $1,200. Now, my motto every time we talk about $1,200, all right, how far will $1,200 go? Well, it depends on what you want to buy. Now, if you're looking to buy something for $1,200, then it might feed a bunny. But anyways, $1,200. That's it. The overall picture is $1,200. They should be giving more or less. You know how it is. Actually, they did, but they didn't. You see, they've made an agreement, Sassy. The problem is they're not talking about an amount. Rumor has it it's $1,200, or rumor has it it's $600. Fortunately, each piece of the law that they're crafting to help out the final bill, supposedly, there's not much to it. No one's talking about it. They're talking direct stimulus. Well, you got to remember also, how many times have I told you, love, that the American people are going to get shit on? A lot farther than zero. Yes, exactly. Good morning, Pee Wee, or good afternoon. I agree with Sister Pee Wee completely. Literally, I agree with her completely on it. Because of it. So let's talk. So basically, we are getting somewhere, but you got to remember, Sassy, that one of the things that Sister Pee Wee really did, I think Sister Pee Wee truly loves about my videos, is I do extensive overall throughout my live chat. I'll check the channels and stuff. And I'll tell you this, besides not feeling too good, yes, I have had some medicine and stuff. But here's the deal. As I said in the beginning of my video, the government is the Republicans are having infighting right now. They've already kicked the can and said no to the payroll tax cuts. Several Republicans think they can implement either payroll tax cut or stimulus checks. See, I've done my research this morning. Of course, the only thing I can't find is my brush. Well, I'll find it soon. But payroll tax cut is out the window. Okay, gone. It went away, the dodo bird. But we also have other things to address, Sassy. One being, that you're like, oh, we're going to get a stimulus. I didn't say we were. I said the percentage was 70-30, 70% negative, 30% positive, only because they haven't put on the requirements of the second check. Has anyone ever seen the requirement? Stephen Mnuchin said it'd be probably the same as the last $1,200 check. Supposedly, here's my brush. There we go. Found it. Stephen Mnuchin stated that might be the same cap. But Mitch McConnell wants to give it approximately 40,000 or less people. That would knock out 20 million less people would get a second stimulus check, which some of them are living better than us. So I guess in the good old Mitch's eyes, cut out 20 million people, let them still keep floating the economy. But that just answers a few other questions too. Again, I personally think they should lower it to $40,000 price cap and give more than $1,200. At least double it, or even quadruple it. The American people are suffering. The elderly are suffering. The poor are suffering. Right? So, Stephen Mnuchin said that's it, $1,200. Larry Kudlow stated he wants to drop it lower, but no one truly knows what is in the bill. I mean, look. We're on day 4, and there's only 11 business days left until they go back to recess. Think they can hammer out a bill in time? Well, by Nancy Pelosi, they're dragging this out. They say they worked better at the last tipping point for unemployment. The unemployment hasn't even been addressed, nor how much money we're going to get. They talked about a second round of stimulus, but it's all talk until they basically come out with an actual bill that says we all get money. It could be they're going to crap on every one of us disabled people and tell us, nope. Good morning, Angie. It's been a long time. Exactly. You see, that's what I'm saying, Sassy. They're not telling you. So, sorry about that. So, so how have you been, Angie? So basically, the unemployment, right? They're not tackling that again in the stimulus. They threw away the payroll tax credit, and then they're basically sitting there having infighting. Mitch McConnell said it best. Some Republicans might not like it, but what if the Republicans turn around, right? During an election year in a state that they command, that is a really good command state, right? And the states aren't really having any problems, quote unquote, with coronavirus. All of a sudden they thump them and say, nope, I'm denying this bill, nay. And next thing you know, it doesn't pass the Senate. Have we ever thought about that? It could happen where they can all vote no. Hey, Angie, I haven't seen your emails lately, hon. I was hoping to see some stuff. However, I wanted to share this with you. I've been waiting to share this with you since you're into photography. What the hell? This is Chloe's. I wonder where mine went. Oh well. Anyways, Chloe's got herself a Canon T6 in this little case. I thought I'd share that with you. Anyway, since you're into photography, where did mine go? I'm very protective of mine. Oh, mine's right here. There we go. Mine's the T7, by the way, Angie. Forgot to put my strap in there. I've been meaning to put it together. Anyways, I got 4 lenses, 2 batteries, and that. I thought I'd share it with you. My hobby. You know, you're the one who got me into pushing me a little better for photography. Now, back to the stimulus. I got a couple more lenses coming too, by the way, but still. Anyways, we don't want to talk about, that, but Angie's into photography and she takes some really good pictures. So it is scary, Angie. It literally is too scary right now. I mean, literally. Now, what's the $1 million question for today? Same one I said yesterday, everyone. Where is, quote unquote, or how is $1,200 going to be spent properly? $1,200 is nothing. It's like a slap in the face, literally. I'm going to address this, okay? I've contacted my people and said $1,200 ain't going to cut it. You need to increase it to $2 or $3 grand, or even $4 or $5 grand. There's people out there that are unemployed. The jobs went away the dodo bird. You're living on the enhanced benefits, squeaking by, and yet they're losing their job. They lost their job permanently. How the hell is the American people supposed to survive? I mean, listen to this. So a report today, thanks to Sister Pee Wee, by the way. Thank you for the report. By the way, thanks for the timestamp, sis. I'm telling you, the timestamp does a lot better for me than you know it. So I watched some videos this morning of what Pee Wee sent me, and I want to address a couple things. One is, most of these people that do stimulus videos. Here's my email address again, Angie. So, stimulus checks, all right? There's 2 problems with stimulus checks. One, the taxpayers are going to be furious if they keep the cap at $40,000. They're going to be unhappy because the taxpayers are not going to be happy that they're being shafted. You know. All right. So, anyways, here's the deal. So, stimulus checks, $1,200 ain't gonna go far. People are like, well, I could buy a couple items, or I could buy this or that. We're in a pandemic. No one knows when it's gonna end. No one knows. I mean, apparently the CARES Act implemented that states that want to extend and put their money towards extra food benefits could. So some states like Gale State, like Missouri's doing extra stimulus checks. Me, mine state's doing it too. I don't know about Pee Wee State, but you see, the thing is the stimulus checks, the $1,200. We don't have an actual figure. Like I said, Larry Kudlow showed them it's lower amount to 1,200. How low can you go? I mean, me and Pee Wee last night were talking about um, was talking about the unemployment supercharge benefits. Rumor has it that right now there's no talks. $600 is a lot, but problem is we got to address a couple issues as well for giving that benefit, which is um, in that with the 1,200, people need to realize that some of these people are actually losing their homes. The moratorium next month in a lot of places are um, so basically the taxpayers, right? They're turning around and they're going to watch the entire world crumble, right? Taxpayers, 28 million of them might go homeless because no one is thinking about them. Think about it. 28 million numbers are going to be homeless. Management right now knows we're in a pandemic. There's people out there, I've told my cousin-in-law, there's people out there that spend their money foolishly. They go and they spend it. Woe is me, you know. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a second stimulus, Angie. Did you see the little box that I showed you with the Canon T6 and T7? Chloe got a starter kit. See, I got one too, but this is Chloe's. She's got the T6. Thought I'd share it with you. See, T6, and she's got the 75 300 lens and the 1855 lens. I thought those were good starter lenses for her. Thought it was pretty cool, huh? I got the 75 300 and the 1855, and then I got a 50 millimeter macro for mine, and 18. What's the other one? I don't know. The other one is like 50 millimeter macro. But anyways, back to my story. Yes, I do think there'll be another stimulus. I do think right now I'm still skeptical only because they're keeping a tight lid on it all, Angie. Literally, they're talking about stimulus checks, yet they're not giving any information of who's getting it. And on top of that, if you read the news, they're talking about stimulus checks, or not stimulus, unemployment checks, and so when I go through the channel, Angie and Pee Wee um, and the rest, Sassy, they might have made an agreement, Sassy, for a second stimulus, but they're not agreeing to who gets it. See, that's where I beg to differ, where everyone says, oh, yes, but you got to also remember, Sassy, the American people, they're not happy. They're not happy because so that's something I got to tell you, So basically, let me just read you this, all right? Basically, it states that um, Republicans have opened up with their bottom line, and it says right now they're working on a deal, and that's it. No one knows what's going on. They didn't talk. They talked about direct payment, stimulus checks, no exact details or members of staff yet. And they also talked about nothing but federal unemployment insurance enhancement and so currently in the proposal is the second round of payments, some form of extension of reduced rates of federal enhanced employment benefits. Second round of Paycheck Protection Program loans, PPP, 105 billion in education, 16 billion for state testing grants, 26 billion for vaccine research, 15.5 billion for the National Institute for Health. They told the president, we're going to give money for testing and stuff. Liability protection, again, enhanced employment retention tax, deduction for employment purchasers of testing, PPE, personal protective equipment, and increase in business meal deduction to 100%. And that's the only thing on the table currently. So there you have it. Yeah, but let me ask you something, Pee-wee, all right? We can debate this, and I love your debates. But where's their money? Either they're buying useless junk, paying their bills, buying food, or making too many excuses. I mean, look, I got a notice in the mail today from my apartment manager. Freaked the living hell out of me. I got mail notification. Turns out I shouldn't have been worried at all. Manager just turned around and sent me a notice about rent. Oh, well, because we overpaid the last 4 months. They just wanted to let us know that our rent should be a little lower next month. Like I said, we overpaid. So I emailed the manager and said, hey, she said September will be balanced out, but you're overpaying. But still, my electric bill is covered for several more months. So did you like my camera, Angie? Well, yeah, exactly. There's people in California. One guy said he's got a 3-bedroom apartment in California, and the moratorium will end in August 1st. He's worried because he owes $8,000 in back pay. Well, if you're getting $2,400 a month, he said he had to choose between rent and food on the table for his 3 kids or 2 kids. I'm talking to a couple people. So yeah, anyways, talking to a friend of mine. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. People are freaking belly aching. They need the 600 to survive. I heard Washington State, it's like 250 a week or something for unemployment or something. I mean, I'm going to look that up just to be curious. Washington State average an unemployment benefit. Says in Washington State, the maximum weekly benefit amount is $844. The minimum is $201. All right, so that should answer that one. No one who is eligible for benefits will receive less than this, regardless of his or her income. The actual amount you're eligible to receive depends on your earning and your base years. So, 844 is the high and 201 is the minimum per week. No. That the guy is in California. I said, sis. It was in the news. It was the news. Someone was saying, he owed $8,000. I read a report. Washington is different. I was looking at Washington because, I don't handle the unemployment side of things. I handle things with the, the stimulus side. And right now, there's not much to go on. Well, take your time, Angie. I know it's a scary world. We're here for you, girl. Yeah. Well, whatever he was getting in California, basic unemployment, California, and then he claimed his house, he owes 4 months rent at $2,000 a month. He said it's high in California, so his rent's like $8,000. How is he gonna make it? I mean, literally, he's sitting there. He's lost his job and everything, and he's like, "Oh well, how can I cover the rent? I got to put food on the table for my kids." I don't know. No offense to anyone, talking about that. But anyways, unemployment, okay. I don't know anything about it, but right now we don't have anything on concrete. And with it being 5:05 Eastern time, they should have wrapped up for the day anyways. But I wanted to talk to you all anyways and say, so far, they're keeping the deal. Now, remember what I said yesterday, everyone. The $1,000,000 question besides is $1,200. What can you spend $1,200 on? The $2,000,000 question is how long are they going to drag this out? I have a feeling they're going to drag it out and go to vacation. I mean, these guys aren't doing anything fast enough, and with unemployment looming, I mean, a lot of people stated if the Republican Party basically gave $100 extended unemployment per week, that's $100 for federal benefits. I mean, literally, they can't complain, but there's a lot of Republicans right now infighting that doesn't want to pay a dime. Well, he said his 3-bedroom apartment was $2,000 a month. That's the story I've seen, but again, it's everyone's panicking, sis, over the unemployment. That's the real problem. The unemployment's going through the roof. I heard they go on vacation, yes, but I also heard the House recesses August 1st. I heard rumors that the first week of August, the House is, the House will recess August 1st. Hold on, let me see this. I'm pulling this up to see. All right, here we go. We're in August, right? So, says here the Senate will be working, the House will work July 13th through the 17th. Senate July 20th to 24th. Senate, the House 20th, 24th. Then both House and Senate the 27th of July to the 31st. And then August 3rd through the 7th, they're in the Senate's in session. Yeah, so the House actually leaves, Pee Wee. So, Well, mine's a Canon T7. Chloe's a Canon T6. We didn't want touch screens because we were just starting out. I also got a book about photography too. How to learn photography in 20 weeks. So yeah, Senate goes on vacation, sis, on the 7th. But here's the kicker. The all of August, the rest of August are not in session, and they come back to session September 8th through the 11th, 14th through the 18th, 14th through the 17th for the House, and then 21st to 25th and 22nd to 25th in September. Then they're on vacation for a couple days, and then in October the Senate's in session, and then they're not in session until November. So they better hammer out a bill, otherwise the American people are going to be voting them out for not moving fast enough. I personally think, honestly, okay, have a debate with me, Pee-wee. I personally think that these jackboots are not going to move fast enough. I mean, he said he'd bring out sections of his bill today. He did. Unfortunately, it's up to the other members of these select cabinets, committees, I should say, that's going to choose who's going to get, who's going to get what. And on top of that, then they got to go, and once it's all did, they got to put it together and then hand it to the Democrats to look over. Meanwhile, they got a debate on both House and Senate. Do you think they can debate and get this hammered out by the 31st next week? I don't think so. Pelosi said she canceled her vacation until the bill was passed. The Senate goes off to recess on the 8th of August and won't be back till September. 32-day recess. Well, that's there. There you go, Pee-wee, on that. So Oh, I think they're not going to bring it out in time. This is where I say let the debate begin, Pee-wee, because I think that they want to stick it to the president for all the presidents do, and they're basically standing back and going, because Stephen Mnuchin, Larry Kudlow, and that White House chief of staff is pestering them to get the bill out tomorrow so the president can sign it. They're not going to get it out tomorrow. I guarantee it's going to be next week sometime before they even debate on it. And then they're going to try to do something at the last minute. It's going to be too late. I mean, everyone's unemployment benefits are hanging in the balance right now. Look what's happening. I think they're going to try to stick it to the president. That's my own gut feeling. They're tired. They're tired of basically seeing a guy who wants tax cuts and refuses, but the president can also turn around and stick it to them and say, well, fuck the American people. I'm vetoing this. It's got what I don't want in it. And if he did that, the American people is going to be really royally pissed. I mean, there's got to be a compromise somewhere. I mean, I may not like the Democratic Party or the Republican Party because I'm neutral, but I'll tell you, the Democrats are sitting around saying they had several months to get this passed and unemployment's right now hanging in the balance. What's the problem? It's not the Democrats' fault. They're waiting patiently. They told them a long time ago to pass something extension. They passed an extension in May knowing that this is going to drag out all the way to August and September for the coronavirus. Trump ain't going to get on their asses. He's just standing back conceding to no tax cuts, but he doesn't want any more going to the CDC and the NIH and, other departments. And yet he can still veto. It goes to his desk, he can just veto and say nope. And then the American people are going to be pissed anyways because their unemployment benefits are gone. And they're all playing three factions. One faction wants one thing. One faction wants another thing. Another faction, White House wants another thing. In the end, I think they're going to try to basically blame the but play the blame game and maybe pin it on the president this time, which is unfair. I went through B&H photo for my camera, and Angie, we're both actually. And the lenses, there's 3 lenses I'd like to get still. My lens, I don't know what that last lens is that I have. I said I have a 50 millimeter macro, but I don't know about the other lens. Which one is this? Oh yeah, this is my 10-18 lens. 10 to 18, so it's a nice little lens, you know. So that's what it is, 10-18. So the lenses I'm looking at getting is an 18-250, 18-135, and a 17-85 is what I'm looking at. So, well, yeah, I mean, literally, Pee Wee, I agree they need to get off their ass, but they're not going to. What they're doing is sitting on their ass now, not moving. I think what they're trying to do is, I think the party's given up on President Trump, so they're just like throwing him under the bus. No offense to the word. So yeah, those are the 3 lenses, Angie, that I'm still looking at. Is the 18-135. But yeah, Pee Wee, like I said, they're not moving fast enough. I mean, they got 11 days to get things done. And they got 5 business days until Congress goes off to vacation. Unfortunately, Congress said they'd delay it for the American people. And they're just sitting there waiting. Nancy Pelosi said, I think it was today or yesterday, that the Republicans are in disarray. I mean, literally. I was thinking of getting a Nikon, but I hear Canon's better than Nikon, you know. But anyways, um, the point is look around. I mean, they're not moving fast enough. That's the thing. The American people are going to suffer. Well, yeah, I agree. She should retire, but still, you know, that's just my opinion. But same with Chuck, but still. Oh yeah, I agree, Angie. It is hard when you have kids. I have a 30-year-old kid that lives with me. You know what I think. I'm like the mother and the father to Chloe. But anyways, the bottom line is I will. Nothing yet, so it'll come in. I mean, literally, what I'm trying to say is the American people, you know, they're going to be pissed. They're sitting there watching their members of their people not doing their job, Pee Wee. I'm watching it too. I see all these people saying, oh, there is a second stimulus. There is. But it could be vetoed. The bill could be vetoed by the president. Then what? The entire country collapse? They say if unemployment benefits is not extended to help the American people, the stock market will crash. I mean, that's really, I have an email. Oh, my email always open, Angie. So it'll come in. Some of those pictures are pretty big. So, but yeah, I mean, literally, the point is the American people are going to be pissed. Not just going to be the Democrats, but the Republicans too. I mean, every day gets closer to the end of the month, and every day we don't see anything happening, you know? Well, yeah, and if they don't give unemployment benefits, the economy will sink. I mean, look, you said it yourself yesterday, Pee Wee. They're basically turning around. Come on. There we go. They're turning around and they're stockpiling stuff. They know their benefits might run out, so they're stockpiling now. What do you think? Huh? Hello, Aunt Pee-wee. My name's Ebony. Yeah, he's a pretty boy. I mean, literally, look, I got a parrot on my shoulder. But yeah, I mean, literally, the American people are going to be royally pissed. And besides that, the American people is going to be really pissed when the economy is collapsing. Now, here's something that I would like to ask you, Pee Wee. What is $1,200 going to buy people? I mean, is that enough? Oh, it's going to get bad. They're already talking $100 a week. $100. Yeah, he's just sitting here. He's a good bunny. All right. Oh, it's going to get horrible. I agree. Hi. What do you think, huh? I got you, little guy. You want in here? There you go. 1,200 is not going to be enough. I mean, literally, there's a lot of people that think 1,500 isn't enough. I mean, what is a good stimulus payment if they keep the cap at 40,000 and low? I mean, that cuts out 20 million people already, but still, that's 20 million people less. But they should increase the benefits. That's the thing. The president said it would be a generous stimulus check. Yet $1,200 does not seem generous, in my opinion. It seems, it's not a generous check. I mean, that's the other thing. Sassy Assassin said that they don't have an amount. Well, he knows I'm the mama. Yes, you do, don't you? Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you think would be a fair amount of a stimulus check? 2,000? 3,000? I mean, the country's going to pots, and yet $1,200 ain't going to stimulate anything. Oh, that might be a good idea, yeah. But the question also remains is, do you think they're going to have to boost the economy again? Because we got our one check in April, and now it's almost 4 months later for another 1,200. Then what? Christmas time, they'll pass another one? Democrats want 1,200 with more meat on the bone. Republicans, i.e. Trump, want more. However, they're going to send them. Well, yeah, and welcome FTK. The problem is yeah, they will keep it for child support. Basically, what it is a stimulus bill. What they say. Stephen Mnuchin said, I think it was today, that it'll be the same program as the last time, but I think they want to drop and lower the cap. So if you have child support, you don't see $1,200. which in my opinion is pretty bad. What is it, Mop? I mean, literally, the other question is Mitch McConnell says this is the last stimulus check. Unfortunately, or last aid package, Corona aid package. Unfortunately, I don't think he can say that because they're basically allowing the country to go down the toilet, you know? I'm already a member of Naked Wine, sis. So your coupons wouldn't work, sorry to say. But yeah, if you want to email them to me or something, mail them to me, that would be fine. I could try to use them. I'm already a member of Naked Wines. Also, you know, I got wine already. I got a drink up today. I opened up some. I was watching an actual article about the American Caesar, MacArthur. It was about 4 hours long. I got through 3 hours of it and took a nap, went to sleep, for a couple hours. Slept like 4 additional hours. Yeah, I'll use them if you want to mail them to me or email them to me. Let me see. You make 40K under, raise it up to 15 to 18 per couple. Well, they're saying 1,200 per person, 2,400 for married couples, and 500 per child. Unfortunately, that's as far as it goes. These are some nice pictures. Very nice pictures, Angie. Thank you. Well, I thank you, Pee Wee. The School of Crop. They take 45% per month from my SSD for child support, and I owe a little back support, so I get nothing. I already got your pics, Angie. Unless you're sending me more pics. See, the thing is it's already 1,200 per person, 2,400 for married, and $500 per kid with no child cap. Fortunately, that's what Stephen Mnuchin was saying today. That the bill is the way it is, but right now they haven't broke out any new. Well, I do got a new update for you all, so let's look at this. Just came over the wire. It says timeline for release of stimulus plan delay as negotiator race a deal for a holdup. Top Republicans reached an agreement on the party's stimulus proposal. All right. Rank file members. Closed door luncheon Thursday. White House negotiators were left with touting productive discussions and they were moving as expeditious as possible. 600 week will delay. Okay. All right. McConnell said the key GOP senators have helped craft the package will introduce the bill as early as next week. The administration requested additional time to review the fine details, laying down the proposal early next week. Mitch McConnell says it will be piecemealed together on Monday. So we got a new date, Monday. Says here the delay in the release of the GOP proposal serves as an ominous signal given the scale of the challenge lawmakers in the White House are facing in the move to strike a bipartisan deal. President just before the end of the federal unemployment enhancement goes away. GOP stimulus plan will only serve as an opening bid ahead of what's sure to be hard-fought negotiations with the Democrats. Remember, I said there's three factions: Republicans, Democrats, and the White House. Speaker Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, who are unified behind a $3 trillion House proposed of their own, have already panned the emergency GOP plan. What we have seen so far falls short of the challenge that we face in order to defeat this virus. So they're saying that we need more money to defeat this virus. Oh, wow. That's interesting to hear, isn't that? Senator Schumer said, waiting for the Repubs to put together a bipartisan bill that would never become law just so they can muster the courage to negotiate. Finding a proposal that can unify the Republicans are so far challenged for the Senate conference and the White House, with days of public splits with the party and display over the proposal. It says it's likely to be far harder to find common ground. See, I told you needs a middle ground. Bipartisan negotiations get underway with two sides trillions of dollars part of the top line dramatically opposed several central components. Let's see. Resolved by Thursday, however, including the White House dropping a push for payroll tax cuts. I mean, it's just the new money for schools be tied solely to be reopening. It was compromised over Senate Republican push for new funds for state-based coronavirus testing. All right, so it talks about this. Real deadline negotiator focused on Mnuchin said reiterated expiration of federal enhancement insurance. Mnuchin says discussion between White House negotiator and McConnell very productive on Thursday, but acknowledged that both sides still need to review the finalized text. Doesn't need to review it. They just need to get it out for the American people to read, as well as get it to the Democrats. Meadows acknowledged time crunch negotiated given the upcoming weekend expected funeral of the late John Lewis. Working at Xfinity probably back up here this afternoon, leaving a closed door lunch earlier in the day. McConnell was mum about the timing of the release of the GOP bill. See, I told you guys it wouldn't be passed today or tomorrow. Indiana Republican Mike Braun said, asked the Republican leader at closed lunch about the stimulus bill. McConnell admits that was a work in progress. So it's delayed till Monday. Isn't that interesting? So Pee Wee said it herself. They need to get off their ass. So there you go. Mitch McConnell again is mum about it. FTK, I couldn't figure out how these other countries will give money to the. That's because here's the deal, FTK. The American people don't get a benefit because England gets monthly benefits. There's 66 million people in England. There's 40 million in Canada, and I hear Japan's doing it too, but look real quick. Japan has 126.5 million people, and so Japan has can give monthly too. Well, it's nothing left for us because as I just said, FTK, the American people don't get $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month because it would bankrupt the country. We got more money in other things than taking care of our own. I mean, look at it that way. FTK, the American people could get a payment. there's ways to do it without basically bankrupting the country, but they're not going to be that generous. Because if you look at the Republican side of things, FTK, they want to make everyone work. Hold on 1 second. Recurring payments would be given. Unfortunately, recurring payments won't happen because the country would go bankrupt. With the population, I mean, look, you're given about 18 months plus retro payments, right? FTK. If you look at it, you're looking at 14 to $28 trillion to put out that plan. Where are we going to come up with 14 to $28 trillion? Someone's got to pay it back, you know? And so it ends back on the backs of our children and grandchildren. In my opinion, it stinks, but it's the way life is, you know? So when you look at it, from my perspective, it's not a good idea, you know? So, I mean, that's the way it is. I mean, you know, what do you think, Pee Wee, about the delay till the 27th when they bring out the bill to the American people? That's Monday. And to me, it sucks. Yeah, well, it's delayed. That was the latest on the wire. It's delayed till Monday. So the White House can review it. Unfortunately, it seems you got the White House and the Republicans trying to horn out, not horn in, horn out the Democrats. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to go to vacation and nothing's going to get passed and unemployment's going to, you know, I guarantee if they don't give unemployment, we're going to see the stock market crash. And that's something that's going to be really bad. Yeah, well, you know how it is. And how many times have I told you, time and time again, Pee Wee, that they're just delaying it? So you know. No, the Heroes Act's named after the heroes because they're basically wanting to give $10,000 uh, hazard pay to every person working. So that's about $1.6 trillion cut off the fat just so they could do that. Not include $1,200 payments for disabled people, $2,400 for married people, and $1,200 for up to 3 kids. And you know the Republicans don't want to give $1,200 per a family of 5 because they think mom and pop will just spend it foolishly. And all of a sudden, they don't have anything to live on, so they got to go mooch off others. So the Republicans said, "Fuck it." Same goes with the Republicans when it came to the the what you call it the the hazard pay. They don't want to pay hazard pay, so they're like, "The hell with it." They don't want to pay hazard pay. They've skipped to pay hazard pay, you know. So the Heroes Act was basically named for the hazard pay. Unfortunately, that bill is sitting on Mitch McConnell's desk, and he's going to let it stay there because he wants to spend $1 trillion. Nancy Pelosi's bill is like 3.3 to $4 trillion. You know, So that's the thing, So when they're trimming the fat, they're gonna trim it to what they want. But the problem is even if the Republicans get a $1 trillion bill, Nancy Pelosi, FTK, can stonewall, leave it on her desk, saying we're not debating it because it's not enough. So what happens? Then they negotiate, and eventually, even if it gets to the president's desk, the president can veto it because he can turn around and say, "Well, it doesn't have my tax credits that I wanted." Veto, and he could just do that, Well, keep at your social worker; she'll help you out there. I mean, if you look at the important thing right now, the American people, they're suffering. Well, yeah, exactly. I agree. Anyways, so with the delay, Pee Wee's right. It's a big if. There's too many people posting stimulus updates and not giving the crux of the problem. They're not looking at it from the way I see it with sugarcoating things. I don't sugarcoat things. They sit there and say, "Oh, we're going to get a second stimulus. We're going to get a second stimulus." They're not talking about how the second stimulus could be broad widened down to lower amount or a lower income cap. They're not talking about the numbers. They're not talking about $1,200 or $600 or $100. They're not talking numbers. They're just saying this. They're throwing a bone out there and hoping the American people wait a little longer and then a little longer and then a little longer while unemployment it fails. And then they'll go and say, well, it's the president's fault because he tried to push us fast enough. It takes time. Well, when times get hard, people will open their mouth to receive the feeding, not matter what's on the spoon or how it's given forcefully or with a smile. Every of their brothers, but so then Pee Wee, let me ask you. I do a lot of research. I go through with a fine comb every morning, every afternoon, every evening. I do spreadsheets in between. Sometimes I do all this stuff. My question to you is what makes my channel stand out to all these people that do bullshit? Well, what is it? Is it because I don't sugarcoat it? My answer is maybe. Or is it because I look at the facts and say, wow, they're talking about giving a stimulus, but we don't know numbers. We don't know if it's going to be 1,200, 600, 300, 100. The unemployment, that's in the air. Other things are in the air. What makes my channel stand out? Even though I'm not like Twinkle Toes, it's making a living off of YouTube now. Well, yeah, I try to tell the facts, FTK. Literally, I do research beyond comprehension. I look at it from both sides. I don't just sit there and say, oh, well, I've said this yesterday. I even talked to people and said, look, they're not going to hammer out a bill by tomorrow for Steve Mnuchin or Larry Kudlow or the president. No, they're looking at trying to get a bill passed as fast as possible to make the president look good. Republicans, of course, saying, oh, we're going to release our bill if it's all together on the 27th. If, as Pee Wee would say, if it could be delayed. Unemployment benefits run out July 31st. The moratorium and evictions run out. We didn't even touch on evictions. The numbers came out today that 28 million people could be homeless. Let's talk about that. Where's 28 million people going to live? 28 million people. Look, even Mitch McConnell turned around and said 63% of Americans would not benefit from a payroll tax cut due to the fact that these jobs are lost permanently. I may not like old Turtle Man, but he does have some facts. He just doesn't sit up there with a stick up his butt and says, oh, we can't bankrupt the country. No, he's like, look, the facts are here. Yeah, And yeah, the hospitality industry is hurting. I mean, look at it. Pee-wee's husband's in the hospitality industry. 50% takeout lunches. I mean, literally. A lot of places aren't going to phase 3 or phase 4 now. They're staying in phase 2. They're talking if this virus keeps spiking, we're going to have phase 1 again, stay-at-home orders. But again, this bill needs to also address the homeless problem, because if we let it go to August 1st, there's going to be too many people with evictions on their well, yeah, see, that's something I didn't know. So the unemployment benefits ends in 2 days. If Pee Wee's correct, which she is 99% correct, I'm going to give her a 1% error. Well, I've been homeless too. I know this. I mean, I had to email my manager today, right? I asked her again, am I on the eviction block? She said, no. Why? Why are you worried? I said, I don't know. Neighbor complaining about the dishwasher. She says you can run your dishwasher in the daytime, not before 8 a.m. and not after 10 p.m. I said, well, the repair guy walked past and was complaining about my stuff. She says, right now we don't have inspections. Right now we don't have anything. So, what's that tell you? Tells you right there all we need to know. She emailed me. She said if I was gonna evict you, I wouldn't give you a new rental agreement amount for next month in the mail. She says by law I have to send you your receipts in the mail. I can't leave them at the door. She says rumor has it, Rita, that you're infected with coronavirus. I ain't going downstairs to put it clipped on the door. She says even if the door is open and closed, I don't want that virus to get on me to go back to my husband who had a heart transplant. So she's like, no, I'm mailing it to you. Oh, yeah. You know what it really is, Pee Wee? I'll tell you the fucking facts there. The motherfuckers are complaining because they don't have a dishwasher. Which reminds me, I got to set it up today. It's ready to go again. See? I got to order some more dish soap soon. Probably next month. There we go. You see? Isn't that nice? Hook it up. Throw a little pot in there. Hit it, turn it on. It's because it's sitting on the counter. It vibrates sometimes up to the neighbor next up there, and he complains. Their dishwasher's making noise. Blah, 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 blah. Their TV's a little loud. Manager said, hey, tell Rita gets new hearing aid batteries. There's nothing I can do about it. And with me being in quarantine, well, I can't go get hearing aid batteries. So, you know. Look, FTK, the Democrats, I'm not going to go there, but I'm going to tell you that the Democrats, if they don't get what they want, they're going to blame. Look, the American people, okay, here's the American people, FTK. They like the $3 trillion act, okay? They like it. They would love to turn on the Republicans. Why? I'll tell you why. What would you say if there was 160 million people, FTK, 160 million, right? And they turned around 160 million people and they're getting 10 grand each for just a bonus for working. Heroes Act. They like it. They want it. They're hungry for 10 grand. Trust me, you'd be hungry too for 10 grand. Then the families that have 3 kids, they're hungry for $1,200 per kid. They like that bill. They want that bill. Then you got the families, the mixed families that are married to a non-citizen who has maybe a tax ID number, not a social security number. Guess what? They like that idea. $1,200 for them. I mean, literally, you got all these benefits that will help the American people in this act, and the American people like it. The Democrats are like, nope, we're going to shave the fat off all this. It's going to sit on there. We're going to pass our own bill. It won't pass. It won't pass because the Democrats are saying, look, if we don't do this for the American people and prop up the economy properly, you're going to kill the economy. You're going to kill the stock market. You're going to kill, you're going to kill, you're going to kill. Plain and simple. Hello, Kelly. Oh yeah. Apparently he's stops because he's a cripple. Apparently, he has a medical condition which makes him stomp because he's like 400 pounds. Man, and you know what's funny? That son of a bitches Pee Wee. He makes like $3,000 a month in summer times and winter and stuff. As long as it ain't raining, he's working he has his own landscaping business. Yeah, he bitches. He had his friend stay for 2 weeks. The manager finally told his friend that they either park in the guest parking or his car is going to be towed. He can't tie up the handicap parking, even though he's got a handicap placard and he's driving a 2020 GMC Denali from GMC, one of those like suburban type vehicles from Nevada. I mean, literally, his friend was visiting. We call him Santa Claus. His friend, he's got the Santa Claus beard, but I mean, literally, and yeah, and hello, Kelly, and yes, what the hell is this now? They're pre-ordering it again. Uh, that's cool. I'll have to get that for Chloe for Christmas. When's it due out? Does it say? When's it due out? That's the thing. It doesn't say when. Well, I'll probably find it in my email. There's a website I support. I'm like one of the main supporters, that for the years. So usually when I speak, being like the main donations, I won't talk about it. And they, you know, they'll post it, then they'll get my money. Let's see. When's it due? Does it say? Oh, okay, 2019, December 4th, right around Christmas time. That's what I figured. That'd be a good Christmas present for Chloe. Ha ha! No double dipping. They can choose unemployment credit or stimulus. So basically, the point is again, they could actually input everything. FTK, they could basically put everything in the bill, bloat it up a bit, and give them what they want. By the way, President was demanding in the bill a new FBI building. Sorry to say, well, I'll run my dishwasher whenever I want, sis. I don't care as long as it isn't before 10. By the way, I made those steaks last night. Oh, I have a story for you, Pee Wee. The funniest thing happened. Last night I was having breathing problems, chest pain, etc. Right? So Chloe calls 911. They come out, right? And, the ambulance and fire truck. Chloe goes out there and says something like, yeah, I'm worried about Rita, blah, blah, blah. Rita's being combative. She's a little tipsy, but she doesn't want help. So apparently Rita went to take a walk with the dog somewhere. And they're like, well, when we find her, we'll take her up to the hospital, get her mentally evaluated, and to be checked for coronavirus. Chloe said, county's already checked her. She's under quarantine for 2 weeks. They're like, then why is she walking around? I don't know. So they turned around and left. So he goes. Chloe comes in. She's like, why are you in the shower? I go, because I'm dirty. Chloe looked at me and she's like, I told them you were on a walk. Well, I was in the shower. I don't know where your head is, but I didn't approve of you calling 911 to get an ambulance out there. As long as my inhaler works, why not bother with it, right? Fortunately, Chloe was, you know, they're not going to pay Jack Diddley crap, FTK. Even Pee Wee can tell you China ain't going to pay diddly crap. Matter of fact, China already said you either work with us or you're against us. If you're against us, we ain't filling your warehouses up. You ain't getting any more Chinese-made crap. Plain and simple. That's what the ambassador to China said. Look at the China consulate general in Texas. President Trump closed it down. That tells you right there all you need to know about President Trump's thoughts of China. China ain't going to pay for it. China ain't going to pay for Jack Diddley poopers. Which reminds me, do we have any more port wine down here? Yeah, I'll check a wine rack. This works. Some of those cool lids. This will be a good port to drink after that one bottle's emptied. Like my 20-year. That works. Got the stuff to drink up. Might get into the wine soon, everyone, but still. I mean, yeah, China's not going to pay anything. You can even ask moderator Pee Wee. Well, what do you mean I got almost in trouble? Why? I don't get it. Why would she get me in trouble? Well, please explain to me, Pee Wee. What do you mean by trouble? Your stuff's dry. Oh, well, that wasn't the real problem. The problem is my breathing. But when they found out through Chloe that I had coronavirus, they're like, we don't want to go in there. She could stay on her walk. She can do whatever, you know. Well, no, the reason she called was because I was having breathing problems and chest pain. They came out because they wanted to take me up to the hospital to get tested. But when they already contacted the county and found out I was already tested and it didn't come out negative, they decided we're going to leave her to do her own thing because we don't want to get infected. So right now, the county checks in on me by email like 6 times a day. That's one reason why my voice is, problematic. So until everything happens, yeah, my kit went out anyways. I just mailed my kit out today. Chloe got her kit. But yeah, literally. Now they're doing the whole contact tracing thing, trying to contact businesses I went to. I went to 95% of the businesses in town when my family is around. My family won't answer their phone, so they're not going to give the time and day to the county. They're like, fuck the county, you know? That's the real funny thing. My family, you know? County gets money to do contact tracing and find out, et cetera. They're trying to track it, et cetera, et cetera. Remember I was in a hotel too, so they got to check the hotel, they got to check the room, they got to do their own little thing, the hot tub thing, and et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, it's complicated. I mean, that's why I'm fucking quarantined. They got me under fucking quarantine. The county sent county officials out, email, phone calls. I left my phone turned off today. I was like, fuck it, you can email me. I mean, literally, I'm not dealing with my family, Yeah, so the reason she called was because it wasn't about alcohol. No, it's because I was having chest pain, headaches, breathing issues. I've been trying to get a primary care physician out here to cover a nebulizer. You said I needed a nebulizer. So one of my advocates is working with the doctor, but the doctor who did the test for the county, he hasn't got back to me yet for a prescription for nebula. Exactly. I've been saying the same thing. Every day gets us closer to September. Remember my timeline, Pee Wee. September 11th to whatever. September 11th to whatever. Oh, and apparently EMS did not want to take Moppy with me because they figured he might be infected with the virus too on his fur. So they're like, she's by herself. Well, the neighbor's also fucking mad, Pee Wee, that the neighbor, right? I'll tell you, the fucking neighbor said to the fucking manager the other day. Manager gave me the whole skinny today. Turned around, right? Fucking dipshit that assaulted Chloe. Fucking tanky upstairs that walks like a fucking tank or a rhino. And my other neighbor, right? Who's Jehovah's Witness, who's poor. They're all pissed because Jehovah's Witness lady goes outside once in a while, walk her dog. Goes and talks to a dumbass next door. And they're like, oh yeah, Rita's got, a ton of shit. Well, the neighbor complained that we have too much packages, right? Well, between the repairman going out there and the other day, the neighbor was playing in the back lot here with her son. She looked into my place and saw and told her best friend, oh my God, look at that. They got more fucking shit paper than anyone. Paper towels and food. Look at that beans, ramen. I mean, literally, I've heard they've been bringing in meat. Well, my advocate stopped by Tuesday, and they work at a building nearby. My advocate's like, Rita's sick. They're like, well, so why are you here? You work at this place. You help people with rent and food assistance. And she turned around. She said, because Rita's like a family member to me, and she's sick. 2 is she's a compromised immune. And 3 is I'm making sure she gets her meats for the month. Well, they just found out that I got lamb coming, beef coming, pork coming, goat coming. And they're sitting there bitching about it. Manager's like, look, Rita, you're doing everything by the book. You're staying in, you're running your treadmill, you're freaking eating your food, you're eating better than them. They're bitching because they don't have the finances to get the supplies they need.
Your laundry is clean. You have clean clothes.
Well, thank you. Oh, yeah. Well, 2 of the windows in the back office is actually open. We leave them open, and with Moppy paroling, and I have a camera at both windows anyways. The problem, Pee Wee, is that they were playing out there and they saw it in. The problem is they're basically being nosy because, they out here, the food's been fucking stripped to the bone. So, with us, we're basically living, on stuff that we need to live on to eat. Whereas if they get a package of hot dogs, they're lucky. I mean, literally, the problem is they're complaining because, we have a lot of packages. I mean, right now, I haven't ordered anything from Amazon except some more steak seasoning, and Chloe wants me to get ingredients to make. Don't laugh at this, Pee Wee. Chloe wants me to make uh, French tips. So I got ingredients for French tips coming. But yeah, so No. My neighbors, they don't deserve jack shit. Next door neighbor raped Chloe. Fucking Tanky upstairs is a noisy son of a bitch. And the Jehovah Witness, the only time she comes over here is when she's out of coffee. And I usually have coffee come in once a month. So I'm like, here's some coffee. That's all she usually asks for. Last time she asked for dog food, but I was like, I don't have your $40 bag of Primo stuff. I'm using this stuff. If your dog can stomach it, she's like, I'll take it. But otherwise, she doesn't ask for anything, you know. So, but my one neighbor, she's been at, doing other things too. I mean, we've been both, doing things. The real reason is it's the money. Like I said, it's all about money. I mean, literally, I've told people time and time again, the straight skinny, you get $1,200 invested in supplies. You get $1,200 more invested in supplies. No one knows when this pandemic's going to end. Problem is, no one cares. They just think $1,200. I mean, look, FTK. The Republicans didn't want to give $1,200. The ones that are combating it with Mitch McConnell, the ones that are against the stimulus, is because they already have the numbers. 30% of people in America spend it properly. 70% empty warehouses. Now, as Pee Wee said, and I checked the numbers there, people are running out of unemployment benefits. Just they're sucking and gobbling up everything that isn't nailed down. Toilet paper, paper towels, you name it, they're gobbling it up. I mean, look, with me, I got 2 packages coming from Amazon when they ship. I got whole milk and non-fat milk, 55-pound bags of milk powder. I also ordered some more Ziploc bags. I ordered about 16 boxes of 100-count gallon-sized Ziploc bags to put my milk powder in so I actually can make milk at home without going out. This pandemic's really scaring the crap out of me. Yeah, well, the same lady, when Chloe was in the mental hospital, kept bringing me meals every day. So, I've always paid it back too. She always asked me if I'm going to have the barbecue out so I can barbecue her some fish. The other day, she brought me some fish. And she says, I don't have any seasonings. I know you have plenty. Can you make me up some fish? I'll have it for tonight. So I made her fish. I mean, literally, Yeah. I mean, I'll put together a basket. I mean, yeah, I don't mind helping. I mean, I got plenty of supplies. It's just, I don't. I mean, but the thing is the one neighbor, the one that sexually assaulted Chloe, she was fucking looking through windows going, and I'm like, the lady also stole from me, so I'm like, seeing her out there, and I heard the whole conversation. Even the repairman went past, and the manager. I said, "Well, my office is pretty clean, except for being stored with pallets of ramen." And she's like, "Well, you got to survive somehow." But same thing is they're complaining my advocate comes only on Tuesdays to drop off food. My other advocate comes Thursdays or Fridays to drop food off after we give her our money or debit card or whatever. And she, I mean, we have people that look after me, and etc. So to me, it's not bad, I mean, literally. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, going on. Yeah, I guess he had enough in savings, FTK, to keep it. I mean, people with savings always has that, Ooh, look at my ass. Woo! Yeah, Chloe's giving me the stinky pinky. She gave me the bird because she's sitting there looking in the mirror with her ass cheek showing. So I had to be like, "Oh, look at the mirror! Woo!" Sometimes I make fun of her. And by the way, sis, it's not EMS that does evals. It's actually law enforcement. They weren't there. Yeah, see, there you go. 401k. See, Pee Wee's really good to know because she's an awesome person and a good sis. So anyways, like I said to all you people out there, the reason I really don't use Naked Wines that often, sis, is because they don't have port wines. Not a port wine. I don't like drinking it. Most wines nowadays, like, So, anyways, where was I? So for all of you tuning in, it's a big if anyone gets a stimulus check. Hey, Chloe, are you done in there? Yeah. Hey, Joe, what up, bro? Hey, I got something to tell you. Well, I'll tell you when to come out here. I ain't yelling. I can barely hear her. Tennessee. All right. So I got something to tell you. Pre-ordered something today.
What is it? What'd you pre-order?
A game for you for Christmas.
Oh, cool.
You know how you got me that Dragon Quest 11 for Christmas, the
Yeah.
definitive edition for Switch?
Yeah.
I got you for Christmas the definitive edition for PS4 and Xbox One.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll just put it. It comes out December 4th, so you'll get it Christmas time.
Okay.
I love it. Pre-order now, you get it Christmas time. Hey, Joe, what's up? Well, a lot of people are pulling, whatever. So, anyways, Joe, you're probably curious. Mitch McConnell was guaranteed a second stimulus, but he didn't guarantee the amount and when it'll be shipped out. He said Monday we'll know more about Mitch McConnell's bill, but that apparently by Pee Wee's own standard, unemployment runs out Saturday, which means no more money for unemployment, and people are sucking up everything left and right, Joe, for groceries. So groceries are getting harder to find again. Yeah, Medicare is 66, but he might qualify for Medicaid, maybe, right, Pee Wee? Don't quote me. I don't know the rules of Medicaid. Yeah, everything tastes a little funny. Wine tastes funny. Well, I didn't say you didn't qualify or didn't qualify. You brought that upon yourself, sis. You said you qualified because you did, whatever. Just make sure you check with your thing. You said you're an SSI. You don't want to carry SSI and unemployment. I don't want to see you lose your SSI because of that stuff. Hell, I had a letter from the IRS the other day, sis. Forgot to tell you that. IRS turned around and sent me a letter. Said we might want to send this off to Social Security. It actually was a federal letter. Something about, taxes. So I turned around, called them up, got it through to them. Praise the Lord. Told them the situation. The checks that are in the bank account are Chloe's money, not mine. They turned around and said, why is it in your bank account with Chloe's name on the bank account too? Because she doesn't qualify for a bank account. And I said, you dipshits won't put it on Direct Express. You just keep sending the checks replacements. They turned around and said, oh. So then I had to call Social Security and tell them, look, I don't want to lose my benefits. I explained everything. They said, oh. I said, I'm just making sure Chloe spends it properly. Oh, well, so you're on Social Security R, SSR, so you're in retirement. I'm on SSDI and Survivors, SSS. Chloe's on SSDI and SSI. So, and with what we bring in jointly, if we didn't have to tap into it, we both bring in about $2,800 a month without tapping into anything. So far, I haven't had to use Direct Express in a while. I'm just sitting on it, you know. Every time I turn around, I dump most of my Direct Express money into the electric bill, so I don't have to worry about it. Recently, I used my Direct Express card for $7. I had like $500 in vet credits between Moppy shots and Ebony being fixed. It was only a bill left to $6.40. My boo-boo. Telling you, it wasn't bad. Well, that's the thing. You did the right thing then. I just don't want to hear you lose SSI. I mean, look, that dipshit fucking Tweakle Toes lost their money, I heard, because she's making money on YouTube, basically telling lies. I mean, you know, I like my people, Kelly and FTK and anyone who turns in, including you, P. We're basically realists. We see the things happening. We don't make a fucking video because we need the money. We're basically, I mean, if I had another 500 subscribers, sis, I could be making money on YouTube, but I don't complain about it. I have the hours. I have the hours all the time, but I don't have the, you know, the viewership. I mean, I'd have to make some pretty damn good videos, you know. And a lot of people, you know what they see? Transgendered freak or hermaphroditic freak. Why listen to her? She doesn't know anything. But I think out of all the YouTubers in the world, I'm the only YouTuber that speaks the fucking truth. Plain and simple, I speak the truth. I'm like, look, it's a maybe. I speak the truth. There's no numbers. There's people that make fucking videos day in and day out. Day in and day out. That's it. They just make fucking day in and day out. Me? I can't stand it, you know? Yeah, well, I'm glad to know this. I don't know these things, sis. But still. What was I looking for? Looking for my dashboard. I just want to see about this real quick. So I have a couple jokes for you, okay? YouTube jokes. So YouTube turned around and said 2 of my live videos had music in it, and they gave a timestamp. Brother Joe and I went through it. There is nothing, right? Well, YouTube is allowing it to expire, I think, because of it. Well, yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean, like I said, with these sis, they wanted to take my disability money away because there's so much money in the bank. I mean, literally. But the point is, I got in touch with the tax people. I talked to Social Security. They understand that without Chloe having an actual bank account, she doesn't qualify. So it's fine. But during the pandemic, they said they'd be more lenient anyways due to the fact that we're in a pandemic and money is tight. I mean, literally. Also, the manager emailed me thanking me for paying the rent on time. Most people aren't paying the rent. Me and Chloe thought it was a letter saying we're evicted due to the fact that they were selling the building. I told her that too. She said, owner's thinking of selling, but that's only because there's like 95 units. There's 95 apartments not paying rent right now. Me, I'm one of the like 8 people that are paying. She's got like 5 buildings, and the owner is losing a lot of money right now. And, you know, they're hoping because they're Democrat that, you know, there's an apartment moratorium and that the state or federal government will pay. I mean, literally, I mean, uh, well, yeah, sis, yeah, you're still a young pup, in my opinion. Well, I thought you did, so I apologize. But I'm on SSDI. Chloe's on SSDI. I'm on SS Survivors, and Chloe's on SSI. So together we're good. Yeah. Well, the rules are old. Yes. Well, hopefully I get that I get that, old sis, because frankly I'm afraid. I literally am freaking afraid. I mean, I'm afraid to do anything right now. I was telling my father-in-law the other day, talking about pandemics and stimulus checks. He's like, "Oh well, we should be paying $4 trillion to bail out, blah blah blah." And I mean, literally, $4 trillion fucking dollars. Fortunately, the government, you know. But anywho, so turns around. Yeah, well, I think it's about 67 is early retirement now, or is it 70? They keep moving the dates. I just don't follow it, but I'm on disability, so. Hi, Boober. Look at that. He's so cute. Anyways, back to the stimulus update. So, like I said, to everyone tuning in about it, this is on other chats, but well, let me answer your question. Currently, they don't have an income cap information. They're not telling us if anyone on government benefits will get $1,200, and they're not telling us when it will go out. So technically, those are the three realist information that I can give you. And the $600 a week federal unemployment enhancement is what's delaying them bringing out the bill until Monday. That's the delay. Yet, if you look at Sister Pee Wee, she said, and I quote, unemployment benefits will run out the 25th, which means a Saturday, which means you're going to see tomorrow's stock market take a plunge a bit. And then they're going to try to rally around Monday, but when they find out the unemployment isn't big enough, it'll take another dive on Monday. Then, if they don't pass anything by the 31st, we hope Nancy Pelosi isn't lying and doesn't go on vacation. Because if her caucus goes on vacation, or the House, you ain't going to see anything done till September, which means it's too late. The unemployment benefits run out, the eviction moratoriums run out. You'll have over 50 million people unemployed and about 30 to 60 million homeless. I mean, you're gonna see the economy completely tank, all because they can't move on their ass fast enough. You see? So, any questions so far? No? I'll be here. So, if you have any questions or concerns, Pee Wee's here, Joe's here. So, yeah, anyways, there you have it. You just got to look at it from a bigger picture. I say jail them all. They're not doing anything but destroying the country anyways. Jail these bastards, make them build new prisons for them. I mean, literally. Of course, they have too much time on their hands. They should be jailed because of it. But like I said, to all of you who tuned in, you guys have any questions about stimulus checks or paycheck protection or anything in the stimulus bill, I'll try to answer it. Too bad they didn't succeed. It would have been interesting to see them all rounded up. No offense. I am for federal government. You know this. I support the federal government through and through. Fortunately, like I said, it's an interesting concept. I mean, it would have been interesting for them to do it. Then they could have, pepper spray bullets isn't enough. They should be facing federal charges. Oh, I know it's fun to watch. I mean, I agree. I mean, I literally agree 100% with you, sis. Now, I know a lot of you out there have been saying to me, again, when's my check coming? Well, every day gets us closer to, every day gets us closer to, every day gets us closer to September when they might cut checks out then. As I said time and time again, Pee Wee, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you think, I know you'll be like, you'll give me your honest opinion. You always have. Do you think we're going to get checks at end of August or early September or mid-September? Where do you think if there is checks? And do you think it'll be $1,200 or less? Personally, I think they should at least give $3,000, maybe $5,000 if they're lowering the cap. But then again, like I said, what happens in a few months? Let's talk about that, Pee Wee. Do you think the government's going to turn around and say, woe is us, we need a fifth stimulant or a fifth handout bill or, bailout bill or whatever you want to call it, a fifth HEROES Act bill or fifth CARES Act, let's just say a sixth CARES Act or whatever number we're at. I mean, literally, in a couple months before Christmas, you're going to see some serious shit. Again, it's going to be the same damn thing. Water cannons. Yeah, as long as it isn't a pressure washer, that thing could freaking. Yeah, well, that's something I'm afraid of, sis. The election. And you know my opinion, I'm neutral, but still. I mean, the Democrats are going to do everything they can to make the Republicans look bad. And they're doing a damn good job of it right now. For my own political eyeballs, they keep this up, we're going to be in a depression for 10 years. My question is, let's just talk about this. This is a chat about everything else. Anyone who wants to tune in to stimulus checks, feel free to. But I got a question for Pee Wee and the rest of you that's watching. See, I patted my little dishwasher. Okay, question is, we're in a depression for 5 to 10 years. How bad will it be for us, as in people, the disabled, the elderly, the Pee-wees, the Moppies, the Bunnies, the Chloes, the... Oh, yeah, look at my ass. Don't I look so cute?
Try this on.
Come on, being a smart ass. Well, yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing I asked, okay? Let's just say hypothetically, Democrats win both House, Senate, and the presidency. Okay, they flip it all. And we go into a depression. How bad is it going to affect the elderly, the disabled, the American people in general? Yeah, you know what, Joe? I agree completely with what you said. Literally.
What is it?
Nothing. We're just chatting about the economy. Yeah, I mean, what is your prediction in a depression? How bad will it be? Will we be homeless? Will we still get our benefits? Will we be living comfortably? What's the plan? You mean we'll lose our benefits? Oh, look how sexy my ass is! Woot woot woot! I know you'd get a kick out of that, Joe. Look, green. I got a green pin, everyone. I like green. It's Christmas color. By the way, Chloe bought me some pins. These are what she bought me. Green and red. I don't mind green and red pin. I had some letters going out soon. Once a month I send letters out. It's the only thing that keeps my mind busy besides spreadsheets, you know. I never thought of it that way, but Social Security didn't run out 2035 yet, so I mean, right now it's 2020, so why should we even be worried, Pee-wee, about benefits unless they're going to cut it off as soon as the election's over? I mean, literally. Oh yeah, we were put on a tsunami warning out here. Money will run out between 2028, 2020, and 2035, so we should not be worried until it runs out. And besides, here's the problem, Pee-wee. I'm not going to say it's a Republican's fault or Democrats' fault. I'm blaming all the fucking people and the presidents in the past. Social Security report comes out, we're going to run out by 2028 or 2035. We need help. What is the Republicans do? And Democrats, they kick the can. It's one issue they will not tackle. They'll take trillions of dollars to bail out the big businesses, but they won't solve Social Security problem. They could solve Social Security in a matter of days. Instead, they're waiting to the last minute, make a deal, and I mean, literally, Social Security needs to be. Other countries' Social Security problems already solved for hundreds of years. This country, they just keep spending money. And by the way, before we go into details, okay, I got an argument here that clearly you guys are going to love. Now, there's people out there that say that the government can pay $2,000 a month. They can print all the money they want. Dollar will deflate. However, there is other ways to do it. Digital crypto, which would require a bank account. That's it. Fortunately, what happens? They're not doing it because they don't want to use their Batman utility belt to bail out the people. Other countries are getting paid. But here's the problem. Is everyone well aware of the Nimitz? Chester A. Nimitz, Fleet Admiral. I'm a Fleet Admiral. Turned around and got his name as a Nimitz carrier class because of the war. Now pay attention. This is a history lesson. 13 Nimitz class carriers were built, as well as Forrestal class. Forrestal class was scrapped. We have Essex class. We have other classes, but the Essex was popular. Smaller carriers, smaller little propeller planes, now different. Now we got the Gerald Ford class. Every carrier going into the Ford class will replace the Nimitz. The second one being built right now is the Kennedy. Third's the Enterprise, and so forth and so on. The Gerald R. Ford, with all the problems it's had, has equivalent to $30 billion and 10 million feet or more of fiber optic cables. Now, picture this. 30 billion. They can't if they can't iron out the bugs in the Ford carrier, then what about the Kennedy? That's going to rise. Then the Enterprise, and then whatever else. Every carrier that's replaced. After that, 13 of them. See where our money's going? Military hardware. We need destroyers, super destroyers, frigates, cruisers, submarines. We're dumping so much money into military fucking hardware. And then we're sending our carriers to be strapped for $1 to be scrapped in Brownell, Texas. Sorry to say, but as I love the Navy the most, these dipshits are putting too much money in military hardware. $20 million missile, $50 million rocket, $500 million tank. Companies are taking kickbacks. Carrier cost $13 billion with problems. We don't need that much hardware. We're bankrupting our own country by saying military first, you fucking citizens second. We're in a pandemic. Too many people can get sick being on those cans. Submarines, cruisers, destroyers, frigates. Hell, the battleship won the day, but the battleship's no more. But now, it's the carrier and the subs. Sorry to say, people, but American people need to have the help. They're not getting it. And if both parties fucking keep kicking the can of Social Security or stimulus checks or unemployment, there's not going to be enough money to support the military. There's not going to be enough money to support anything. Companies will go belly up. 2 more big companies went bankrupt. I just read the report. 2 more companies are failing left and right. Jobs are being lost at a rapid pace. And these dipshits won't help the American people. There is where I get mad. Banks will fail. We already know this, Pee Wee. Hey. I didn't say it was a Democrat or Republican thing, Pee Wee. I'm saying that right now, the way it looks, as if we can't get this under control with mainstream media, we will be losing out. Hello, Dinky. Everyone, let me introduce you to someone. Twigster Dink. You show some respect to her. She's my first moderator, and she's my cousin-in-law. She's more of a badass than me. So I'm just putting you on warning now. This admiral already has things going. There goes a Dinky. I left my phone turned off, so I'm sorry I didn't message you this morning. I've been busy this morning, devoting my time to stimulus checks. So for anyone tuning in this morning, Republicans are going to unveil their bill on 27th. Unemployment apparently by Pee Wee runs out on the 25th, Saturday. So that means that they're still debating how much they're going to give. It's going to be between $100 and $600 a week. Let's hope it's more. People need their help. So basically, that is the way it goes. So Monday. Right now we know they got a nice little package deal coming. No one knows if they're going to put a cap on the next stimulus at $1,200. There's a lot of people want $2,000 to $3,000. I say if it's under 40,000 people working, it should be more. But if it's 75,000 or 150,000 per person who's married, then let them have the full amount of 2,400. Everyone is suffering, plain and simple, but no one knows what's going to happen. And so with me, as Pee Wee knows, as a realist, I talk about and don't sugarcoat things. There's 3 things I'm looking at the stimulus bill. Okay, 3. Timeline when they're going to cut the checks. I've already said if they're going to cut checks, it'll be after September 11th. That's when the last checks go out for anyone who is in the higher tiered bracket. 2, the amount of the checks. Some say 1,200, some say 2,000, some say 3,000, some say 600, some pay 300. No one knows. I'm waiting for the amount. That'll come out Monday, I assume, if the Republicans get off their ass. If. Then, the other thing I'm looking for is unemployment. Now, you guys can sit there and say, well, you shouldn't be worried you're disabled. You're not worried about unemployment. I am, because if unemployment isn't reissued for an amount that people can live on to boost the economy, right now, as Pee Wee said, the unemployed bastards are sucking up every damn piece of toilet paper, paper towel, and anything that's not nailed down before their benefits run out. But before then, they were taking trips and more trips and doing other foolish shit. Now, remember what I said about the Republicans. 70% of them, the Republicans, the reason they didn't want payments, stimulus payments, direct payments, or economic impact payments is because 30% spent their checks properly. 70% spend it foolishly. Warehouses are empty. There you have it. So the other thing is, if unemployment isn't That's the one issue that's delaying everything. Now, there's also 3 other problems that I will talk about. One, again, if the Democrats don't like what's in the Republican bill, they're going to fucking do the same thing the Republicans did with the freaking HEROES Act. They're going to fucking stonewall it, leave it on Pelosi's desk, nothing gets passed. 2, they might trim the fat, recalibrate it, reshape it, send it to the president. President might turn around and say, fuck you, I didn't get my tax cuts. Vetoed. Then unemployment runs out, no stimulus for people, and 28 million people go homeless. There you have it. The fucking sugarcoating isn't there. The honest fucking facts and truth is you got people saying, yay, we're going to get a stimulus. Yes, but when and how much is one thing. They're not tackling the unemployment problem, and they're not tackling the homeless problem if homelessness happens. Truth of the matter is, we as in citizens need to think about how this country is going to go and where it's going to go in effect. Actually, Pee-wee, let me just give you an answer real quick, okay? Twigster Dinky, his name is Tara. She's my cousin-in-law. It's good seeing you, by the way, sis. It's glad to see you and Corey. How is Corey, by the way? Get that uniform made up for me yet, Lieutenant? Anyways, the bottom line is, jokingly, of course, the seriousness is, if they don't get anything passed by the 31st, we don't know if the Democrats are really talking out their ass or not. And if they are, we as a people are not going to be seeing we as in people are not going to see anything. We're going to see 28 million to 60 million people homeless. We're going to see shit hit the fan. We're going to see the stock market crash. We're going to see people losing their houses because of benefits. We're going to see so much shit hit the fan, it ain't going to be funny if they can't get this right. Second, if the Democrats win both House and Senate and the presidency, as Pee-wee said, we're going to see a fucking depression. You're going to see the fucking stock market crash. You're going to see everything go down the shitter. Now, people sit there and say to me, well, you're disabled. You should support the Democrats because they're trying to save America. Yeah, but if it wasn't for the fucking Republicans, we wouldn't have these companies bailed out. We don't bail out companies to a point. They go bye-bye the dodo bird. Then what? What's left of America? The bread lines, the soup kitchens. Burying your head in the sand and say, woe is us. The American people need to realize the Democrats don't have any fucking ideas. Look, tell it as it is. I'm going to basically tell you a story now. I was having a nice fucking time in a hot tub with good old Sister Dinky, and we talked about the Democrats. Now, we don't talk about politics much. Not around Chloe, trust me. Dinky knows Chloe's really well. Problem is, Dinky made one interesting conversation that clicked in. What if Democrats win both House and Senate presidency? Remember my definition the other day, the water hose. They go outside of Tara and Corey's house, and the Democrats turn the water off that they're paying for. Let's just say the water is the coronavirus. They just go over and virus turned off. What if they can turn it off just like that? Using the virus to win the presidency. Wouldn't doubt it. I've read the reports. I've seen the reports. Even Pee-wee's given me the numbers of the reports. Everything stacks up that $4 million was spent to build a virus in Wuhan. I'm telling you, like it is. You don't like my sugarcoating? There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the way out. Otherwise, I ain't sugarcoating anything. My opinion is I spend days and days and days looking over things. Why is my voice failing? Well, 2 reasons. Virus and yelling at Chloe too much over the freaking government. Literally. That motherfucker would not keep her damn mouth shut about the fucking commander-in-chief. They wouldn't be reported to the FBI and other fucking agencies because of, Plain and simple. You don't make a threat on my watch. But doesn't matter. Mentally ill people, they can get away with more than most people. You know how it goes. Ha ha. Anyways, my point is look at the sugar coating. I don't sugarcoat it. People sit there and think I'm full of shit because I look at it. Pee-wee sends me videos. I go through my feed every day. I have all the top stimulus checks everywhere, and look what happens. Nothing. They all want to bankrupt the country. These Democratic freeloading douchebag motherfuckers. $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. We need this. You don't need jack diddly shit. The government doesn't owe you fucking a penny. Plain and simple. People look at me and they're like, are you Democrat or Republican? Honestly, I'll give you my damn fucking opinion now. I'm a fucking registered Republican through and through. I don't think that some of these fucking people should be fucking doing what they're doing. You know why? Because I may be an American, red-blooded part Cherokee, but I'm not going to stand around and watch people say, well, we need $2,000 a month or more. Look, if you can make your fucking money last, like I made almost $1,400 last for two people for 4 fucking years. Then you know damn good and well you can make your fucking money last too. Instead, you want to fucking suck up every damn dime, greedy bastards. $2,000 here, $3,000 there, $5,000 there. Oh, we need this much month. We need $2,400 a month like the unemployed. The unemployed benefits needed the help. We didn't know how bad this fucking pandemic was. Fortunately, you motherfuckers want to sit there and suck up every damn fucking money. I mean, literally. They want to bitch about it. Take away the unemployment benefits. Right. This is what the fucking disabled say. If we can't live on what they're living on, take it away. Fucking Democratic greedy bastards. You know what? Tell you why. It's because they don't realize if people get their unemployment benefits taken away, let's just say hypothetically, unemployment benefits go bye-bye, right? 28 to 60 million people go homeless. Now, I know my great, awesome cousin. He'll make sure to keep that house in working order. And he'll make sure my cousin's pickup truck isn't, well, their pickup truck. I keep kind of saying her car in working order. And they might have to delay their trailer purchase, but they'll do what they have to get through the pandemic. Meanwhile, unemployment benefits fail, banks fail. Banks fail, there's no money for anyone. Then what? Right now, banks aren't hiring. Banks aren't loaning money. They're not doing anything. Everything's fucking hanging in the balance of unemployment benefits. Thing is, the fucking people need to realize that some people have expenses. If these fucking greedy son of a bitches would cut their corners, well, let's see here. Let's see how we can cut corners. You want me to grab a piece of paper? No, I can do it off the top of my head. I'm a fucking math whiz. Let's see. You give fucking anyone who's unemployment that qualified for food stamps, give them a fucking government phone. Cut out their fucking cell service. You don't need to spend 50 or $100 a month or more on service. You're fucking struggling? You get a phone, cheap plan, tether it to your computer, use it once a week, order your groceries. Done. You don't need anything more. But no, they need their Amazon Prime, their Netflix, their Hulu, their whatever, while they sit on their ass and twirl. They can cut expenses out. Look at the guy that said he owed $8,000 in bills. It was either food or rent. Pee-wee said the guy's bringing in what, $2,400 plus $1,050. Yeah, that's what, 34.50 a month. You can't make $3,400 and $3,450 last in a month. What the fuck is wrong with you? I make my money last every fucking month. And I budget properly. And yet these fucking dipshits are like, we need more money. No, you're just too fucking comfortable staying at home. There's people out there, there's hardworking Americans, Republican, who's unemployed, wanting to get back to work. But they can't because of the pandemic. Or they can't because of this or that. Those are the people I feel sympathetic for. There's people out there that go to work every fucking day. And I sympathize with them because they could get the virus. Yet you got these lazy bozo Democrats that want to sit on their butt with a stick up their ass wanting a free handout. No. There's got to be a way to turn off the handout water, turn it off completely, and drain the fucking swamp. You know, you're more than welcome to live on in my apartment, sis. We got that storage shed, so you're good to go. Food is always the gold rush. Keep stocking the pile of happen off the money handouts. I feel that the pandemic went after the election. I agree completely. That's what I've been saying too. Exactly. Actually, the city council already did my test yesterday. They came to me. That's why I said you were talking about viruses. This is going out tomorrow, sis. Even though it was already tested positive, the county told me I had to stay in for 14 days. This is going out tomorrow. Chloe's is going out tomorrow. Tells you right there. The guy that does the test, he has his own medical practice. He wants me to stay in 2 weeks. Pretty simple. I was already telling Pee Wee what happened there. But then again, you know. I don't talk about politics, Pee Wee, because I got someone here that basically wants to fucking get rid of every Republican in the fucking country by killing them all. Stockpile food, done. Seeds, can't grow seeds. Medicine, got that. Paper products, got that. Pet food, got that. Medicine, got that, by the way. As Sister Dinky knows, I got all that. She's seen my supply. Now look, we're all fucking good here, okay? Now that I'm done on the rant, my only complaint is unemployment. And, you know, my family's more than welcome here. They lose their house, so they can live with me. Might be a benefit, too. You know what I'm thinking, right, Joe? Right, Pee Wee? They lost their house? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Don't come back. Oh, I'm already stockpiling money. You know this already. I mean, literally, my cousin-in-law, aka Sister Dinky's right. Tara's right. I mean, literally, but I have to let the county do their job. I mean, literally. I mean, I got tests going out, even though it's already done. I'm still sending it out. I'm paying 120 anyways. Might as well do that. If they don't get the test, they get billed 120 bucks. Might as well just send it out, you know. Still. Point is we're hurting big time. You know this. I know this. Even Dinky knows this, but still. You know what? I'm gonna move this before the fucking clipboard keeps fucking hitting. There. So basically, nothing's gonna happen till Monday. If it happens Monday. But I'm worried about the economy. I'm worried about the people. I'm worried about the American people. I am worried more about the American people than anyone else in history. That FTK, you're probably going to go homeless or hungry if you didn't stockpile. I've done everything I can to keep myself staying in. Well, yeah, exactly. I agree with Pee Wee. Why not? Wine tastes a little funny. I opened it this morning, so I don't know. My taste buds been off all freaking day. It's been getting worse, actually. Things that I think is cherry flavored doesn't taste cherry flavored. chips. I eat cheese chips. I can't even taste the cheese or the salt. I mean, literally, what's that tell you, Pee-wee? I tried this. I drank some of this earlier. Thing didn't taste right. It's like I have no taste buds. Like anything salty, I don't have taste buds for. Well, yeah, exactly. I can't even taste any. I did dip today. I mean, look, this is supposed to be a sweet port wine. Tastes like dish soap, even though I rinsed my glass out thoroughly, just thoroughly. Tastes like what I'm tasting is like dish soap. And this is a fresh bottle I opened this morning when I was watching MacArthur. I mean, literally. I mean, I'm already under quarantine for 14 days, and they got Chloe. They're going to have Chloe do the test tomorrow in the county to make sure she doesn't have asymptomatic symptoms. They don't want her running around. Well, he's like, I want to go shopping for groceries in Orcas. And they're like, nope. I mean, my advocate turned around and said, you need your groceries. You can leave your groceries. You can order through the food hub, which, ow, look at me, look at my ass. Sorry, I had to do that. See, I'm being a smartass right now. Yeah, I know you're watching still, Dinky, but still, I had to be a smartass when it comes to Chloe, you know. Oh, I've been stockpiling so much. You should have seen my family when they came out, Dinky. I think her fucking eyeballs went this big, like out of her fucking skull. She's beautiful, by the way, but looking at fucking toilet paper, I got paper towels here, paper towels there, toilet paper stacked up like crazy. And she's like, literally, I mean, we've been just fucking stockpiling everything, only buying what we need when we need it. I got 6+ gallons of dish laundry soap. I got like 8 bottles of this. And then since April, remember I bought this in April, sis. This is what's left of it. Look at the level. Right there, that's the level. I got like 4 more. And then the only thing I need is Ziploc bags and milk, which I ordered more powdered milk, and these. This is the only thing I need right now. But I also have another little bucket of these. I'll do 2 or 3 loads a day, so that dwindles it. But you know what? It still works. You only buy what you need. Plain and simple. So when people turn around and say, well, your 1,200 should be buying whatever you want. No. My 1,200 and Chloe's 1,200 is going to be buying fucking supplies to make sure we get through this fucking pandemic before we're dead. I use the dish soap, literally, because once Chloe used a lot of it, but that's Dawn. I mean, look at the Dawn. Remember, I sent you the link to Dawn the other day to help you. This is 75 ounces, 9 refills, Dawn Ultra, 3 times grease. I mean, literally, the entire time we did dishes, Chloe's been doing the dishes. That's what we used so far. Just to rinse. I use the Dawn and wash them. And as my advocates say, throw it in the dishwasher, you hit the button, and the washing machine washes, but still, plain and simple. Oh, yeah, I think Target's a fucking good place for toilet paper. Well, my cousin's always more than welcome to live with me, like I said. If you're still watching this, Tara, you're more than welcome. Just keep your dogs away from my bunny. He's got more rights to live here than, well, and Moppy. But you know how I am with Moppy. Moppy means the world to me. Anyways, where was I? Oh, yeah. I had to use this today because the cork literally fell apart again. So I finally talked to Commander, and he says, did you restrain it out? I said, no, I got all the cork out before it broke apart. He's like, right on, My family knows I live on an island, so if anything happens and shit hits the fan, they know where to come. They don't have to fucking be hillbillies out in the mountains of outside of Mount Baker. They're always welcome here. They know this. That's one thing I wanted to tell them. You know, the shit hits the fan, they're more than welcome here. I mean, literally, should see. You know, well, I live in an apartment, but as long as they have 2 dogs and a cat, they're more than welcome. Besides that, she knows I would welcome Rye Biscuit anytime. Well, that's you. And if I remember correctly, you take a shower or a bath once a week, once a month. Me, I take a bath when I start to smell. And Chloe's like, "You stink." I'm like, "Okay, I'll take a bath. No worries." I'd rather basically, I do wash my hands. I do use perfume, etc. But still, I'm gonna check Naked Wine real quick. See if they have any port wines. They don't have port wines. Fuck it. I love port wines. Can't stand anything but. Let's see. Can I log in? Yeah, it's been a while. Me and hubby used to have order wine on. Yeah, there we go. Says right there, I'm already logged in, you son of a bitch. Sweet wines. Oh, they got sweet wines. Let's see. Yep. Moscato, Elodie Rosea, Moscato, Sweet Wine, and sounds good to me. Claim the voucher. What's the voucher? Oh, well. I remember this. So, yeah, you gotta spend $40 a month, be an Angel member. I was wondering why they kept taking money out of mine. Now that I can see all the credits, I might have to use the wine sooner or later. I use perfume, so I never stink either, sis. Still, I showered like yesterday, so I'm good. Still, I must have took like 3 showers yesterday in between with treadmills and everything else. See, my family doesn't want me to give into the coronavirus thing, but thing is, county's already said I have it, so I gotta accept that. They don't want me to, my family thinks, the numbers are wrong, which could be, but still, county does the tests. The county pays for the tests. How can I be not wrong? I mean, literally, I'm losing my voice and everything else. I bet that was nice of the dogs. I bet that was really nice. The reason I don't give this guy a bath is because this little guy could get pneumonia really easy with his short fur. So, you know me, Pee Wee. I'm very protective of my bun. Very protective. But yeah, if you send me those coupons, I'll use them for you. I'll use them up for you. Moppy loves his. We did buy a what do you call it? A blow dryer. Got a nice blow dryer. It's designed for him, so we can blow dry him, and he's good to go. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it. And then When I buy a case, you can send me the other ones. I'll just keep using it. Sounds good to me, sis. I'll use them up. Don't worry about me. I'll still use them up, so don't worry about me. I get a case of every wine that's sweet. But frankly, the problem is you're supporting winemakers around the world. I don't mind that, but probably supporting winemakers around here. That's fine, Pee-wee. FTK, you can blame whoever you want. No one gives a shit. And I'm saying the Chinese doesn't give a shit. They're not going to pay. All right, Mop. Night Center, filet mignon. There you go, Mop. There's your dinner, boy. Trying to mooch his meat stick from me, you get a freaking filet mignon instead. You gotta eat up. You're well worth the filet mignon, Mop. Which reminds me, where's my dip can, anyways? Is it this? Yep. I have to do a dip soon. I appreciate it, Pee-wee. I don't mind supporting wineries. The problem is I don't like supporting non-local wineries. Then again, I don't mind supporting wineries in general or wine shops. Oh, it was Florida that superseded California, sis. Well, whatever it is, I'll look up the news eventually. California, I've checked that out because I think it's fucking funny, you know. Where's Washington on the list? I wish it would freaking contain it. You know, that's the other thing, Pee-wee. What's making it so it spikes? All right, so we got almost 4.1 million cases by the real numbers, 147 deaths. I keep seeing the numbers change on TV. New cases, 64,000. California is number 2. New York's number 1. Florida is 3rd. So yesterday it was 71,000. We haven't peaked it. So yesterday it was almost 72,000 people. And people need to realize they need to prepare for this. Well, all I'm going to say is it's a bunch of bullshit that California is on top of the list, you know. Yeah, well, I'll go to wherever you send me, sis. All I can tell you is it's a bunch of bullshit. Coronavirus is getting bad, literally. And we all are getting bad. My main thing is, will I live or die, you know? New link. I gotta check this out. Let me see. Yep. Nah, whatever. Somebody sent an email this to myself, so I have a copy of it anyways. Let me see. Let's see. California has been infected. Today's holy shit. So we have new infections today too. 1,400 new infections. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Damn. I'll email this my link so I can look at it anytime. Damn. Wow. This is fucking amazing. 147 deaths and 4.1 million. Yeah, that's about right. So why isn't California shutting down the entire border? Well, I believe the travelers are. I mean, I wouldn't debate you on that one, sis. Fucking the people on the island says the same fucking thing. They're saying it's fucking, I mean, look, the American people are basically sitting in a turkey shoot right now when it comes to this virus. You stay at home, you don't stay at home. You get the virus, you don't get the virus. I mean, you're right, Pee Wee. Hotels can basically spread the virus. Yeah, but even so, why doesn't he shut down the entire state? What the fuck problem is that guy, that bastard's problem? Yeah, I bet he will. Yeah, I know he is. Pelosi's not for you. He's a dipshit. But why won't they close California down? That's what I'm saying. Why can't they close California down? California should be shut down. Plain and simple. California needs to be, that's the thing. If they're not going to shut down the government, the state, then why are we still getting these viruses? What I'm saying. I mean, they really want to make this virus work. They should shut the damn states down. I mean, I watched a report on the Spanish flu last night. Took them 3 times before they contained the virus. All by closing down the damn states. Took 3 times. All I can say is history is repeating itself. Hi, Boober. Wait, are you saying the federal government's bribing the states to stay open with a pandemic so they can get federal dollars? Is that what you're saying? So the states are staying open because they want the federal dollars. Otherwise, if they don't want the federal dollars, they'd close. No, what I'm saying is, listen, federal government's making the states stay open only because of federal dollars. If there's no federal dollars on the tables, they could close. But because the federal dollars are supporting the states, they got to stay open. See what I'm saying? I'm not saying you put that in your words. I said, so federal dollars is keeping the states open in the bubble. And yet, if they decide to close the states, close the gap, no federal dollars, which means no money. So basically what you're saying is the federal government is how I'm interpreting it, is keeping the states open while this virus is running rampant. Every state's been asking for money. Look at the government. They didn't put anything in the stimulus bill to help the states out. They said, oh, for combating virus, yeah, but what about the deficits? What about the loss in tax revenue? Who's going to make that up? I mean, they didn't offer it. The HEROES Act offered it, but the Democrats offered it, but the Republicans. Personally, I don't think $1,200 is going to do any good. It's like Joe said, don't give them a damn dime. But $1,200, you know. Well, then the guy's a jackass. He should be run out of office if he's thinking about fucking illegals and the fucking, other people. I wonder how it's going to play out. Yeah, well, there you go. Freaking, I'll tell you what's a real jackass. Our county. I should put a sign up in Anacortes that says, unnecessary travel to the islands. Do not travel here for tourist reasons. Instead, they're allowing the tourists in, and the tourists are visiting family and friends, and the virus is spreading. What?
Let's see how much cherry you have. Let's see how much is in here.
Well, I was going to have you combine those cans.
Yeah, I'm going to combine all of these. Not when you're using still.
Well, this one's full.
Okay. Well, I'm combining these cans. I'll take a pinch out of what I combined.
Yeah, well, a lot of states have power. I mean, look at Governor Inslee, that jackass. He's going to wait till the last minute to extend the moratorium on evictions. I guarantee you that. My town does too, sis. Unfortunately, the fucking taxpayers are tired of it. Every time you read the news, they're always bitching about it. In the online newspaper.
People aren't paying. There's tenants out there not even paying their rent.
I know. I told her this.
They're going on complaining about how their tax money is being spent on the pandemic. Yet that tax money is keeping them in their apartments while they're not paying their rent.
Yeah, because the county gets X amount of money and the county pays all these people's rents because they're basically spending it foolishly.
Yeah. It's funny how there's people, right, who are against.
I'll be right back.
They're
Keep
against
talking.
They're against government assistance, but yet they rely on it more than anyone else that they complain about being on it. Like you'll have someone out there who doesn't like me because I am on SSDI because I can't work, but yet they gonna complain about me saying I'm freeloading out the system, but yet here they are in line getting food stamps. They're getting food stamps. They're getting all this stuff. They're getting cash assistance, whatever you call it, whatever else they could get, And then what happens is they accuse me of doing the same thing. It's like they're hypocrites. They don't like me being on welfare or anyone else being on welfare, but when they're on welfare, they say, "Well, I need it." They think they're entitled to it.
Mm-hmm.
They think they're the ones entitled to it, but we're not. I mean, I'm sorry. That sounds more like That sounds more like discrimination. Saying that only certain people are entitled. It's picking favorites. That's discrimination. Oh yeah, and claiming that these people of color and these gays are taking our country away from us. They're taking our land from us. Oh yeah, well people like you took that same land away from the Native Americans.
Yeah, Oklahoma just got ruled that Native Americans have more control of the land than anyone.
Cool.
Is there any more laundry, or is it all done?
I actually have a few more laundry I was going to get out for you. So I'm going out there now to get it.
Yeah, exactly, sis. I agree. It's called kettle black. My mom would have used the same term, by the way. Problem is, Chloe's just Chloe, Chloe's got her own opinions. She should just shut her damn chili hole when it comes to the president. She's going to get herself in trouble. I told this to Joe. Last night I told Joe, I had to report her to the FBI tip line because she keeps fucking opening her damn chili hole. Literally. I mean, she doesn't know what she's talking about, in the political spectrum, I mean, she just shut her damn chili hole and ride this out. I mean, but you know how the government's going to look at it. She's mentally ill. They'll look the other way. They won't investigate. She'll make all the threats in the world. She gets away with it. That's a real problem. I'm devoted to my country, and look what I get out of it. Nothing. Report it. They're like, yeah, whatever. Give them all the info. Same thing happens, Nothing happens. Mentally illness. They look the other way. She's got the money to buy weapons. She's got the money to buy body armor. She's got money to do many things, but still. So let's turn around and be like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the problem. Oh, yeah, I know. We, the patriots, fight for our country, and the fucking mentally whack jobs get away with fucking blue murder.
This is the last of it. It took a while. It's all laundry.
So you wash it with my belt connected. Cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm gonna go have a dip now because I've done the laundry. Isn't I a good little robot? But you won't organize this place, and we're paying $95 a month for storage shed. And yet, she's glued to her phone. I like Joe's answers. He's always like, she needs to do more. I thought about starting to watch some YouTube vids soon, you know? Well, this town has a lot of welfare people too, yet, you know, they look the other way too, you know? I mean, literally. People need to realize Chloe can buy guns, she can buy weapons. They don't think that. They think, oh, Chloe won't do that. Right. So you told Dinky, put the hole in the fucking door, the closet door, they look the other way. The other day, a police officer stopped me and asked me why my voice is the way it is. I said, I've been yelling at Chloe too much and I threw it out. Literally. I just don't know. But no offense about Chloe, you know, but yeah. Mentally ill whack jobs get away with making threats against their commander in chief, and the government says, oh, she's too mentally ill. She's got the fucking funding to buy the weapons. I even told that last night to the tip line, and they're like, oh, thing is, she can go down, wait 10 days and buy it. She wasn't mentally agitated by the mental health. Secret Service asked me, why haven't they educated her? Because the fucking taxpayers didn't want to do it in this fucking liberal state. They'd rather see the guy toast than deal with it, you know? And then they might increase the funding amount of mental health, but not after the guy gets hurt. I mean, literally, I don't want to see the guy hurt. They threats against everyone, any Republican, they should be hung. That's why I don't talk about my Republican background. And the reason why I went Republican is because my own reasons. But you know what? It's sick. And yet, she can go ahead and call the Secret Service, the Capitol Police, the sheriff, and the neighbors. They investigate the neighbors, and she gets unscathed. Oh, she's too mentally ill. Right. I want to do it and think I'm mentally ill. Sorry to say. Might have been a little tipsy last night, but you know what? Told the lady on the phone, you think I'm drunk? Fine. At least I'm speaking the truth. She's got enough money to go buy weapons. She's got enough money to do whatever she wants. You guys aren't looking the other way and something does happen, it's their fucking head, not mine. I reported it fair and square. Yeah, well, with this pandemic, they don't want to send anyone out here. You live on an island, so we're good. It's all expensive. They can't afford the expenses to come out here and investigate. They're the one, the fucking Social Security adjuster, the one that approved her on disability. They're the one who basically got her FBI and Secret Service file, rubber stamped her. She doesn't go and get treatment. And she's like, I don't need treatment. And yet, drives me nuts. It's like Joe said. He said, I'm dying from stress. Someone else told me the other day I'm drinking too much because of her. You know, this morning I told her my voice ain't doing too well. Don't bring up politics. Let me just fucking have my morning coffee in peace. I watch your videos, drink my coffee. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. They think she's too mentally ill with either bipolar or borderline. Yeah, they're not getting treatment, but it's okay. I mean, it's the other day I got yelled at, sis. Yelled at because she thinks she needs a group home. She's like, I need a group home. She allowed 2 things of ramen broth to go bad. She allowed 2 racks of ribs to go bad, lamb ribs. She's like, I need a group home. I told her to eat them. She didn't do it. I mean, literally, I told her, literally, oh, then she says she's too depressed to clean. But we're paying $100 a month almost for a fucking storage shed. Too depressed to clean. I always ask Joe, he's bipolar. I said, what the hell am I dealing with here? Told me yesterday that I'm in love with the neighbor next door. Neighbor stole from me, raped her. Why would I be in love with the lady? Ugh. I mean, literally, I do everything I can to protect myself. And then I'm the one that looks like I'm a crackpot for reporting it. I'm getting tired of it, you know? Oh, she's already paid the rent like 6 months ahead already. Oh, I know. Problem is, I've asked my advocates already to help me with group home. They can't find anything. They say they're all full. And she has to be on the DDS, the disability determinate, or the DD program, the disability programmer, where they claim she's a vulnerable adult before they'll do anything. The only way to do that is have the APS come out. APS came out already many times saying she's not vulnerable, nor am I. I mean, literally. The reason I lost my live feed for a while, she made threats against the APS lady, called her out on live video by her first and last name. They said that was a security violation and a violation of a state employee. I mean, literally, state employee. She doesn't control her temper. Literally. Letter today? Told Chloe, go get the letter. She says, oh, we're going to be evicted. And I'm like, whose fault is that? Came out of his receipts. Manager emailed me and said, you're not on the eviction block that I know of. Neighbors want you on eviction block because your dishwasher and all the groceries you're buying. You know what the one neighbor did? The rapist did? The other day, the rapist turned around and told the manager that all the wine bottles in the recycling bin are mine. So I turned around, emailed Dave, and said, did this person buy wine from you or this person to this person? Yep. They sent a notice to the manager. My bottles get recycled once a month. I have enough of these little garbage cans right here. I have 12 of them. 6 of them are recycle bins for pop cans, bottles, plastics, etc. When they're full, we pull them out, recycle them. Again, not me. I went in there the other day and I found like 500 bottles in the damn dumpster. Neighbor's a boozer. And yet, they want to blame me for it. Then they want to blame, other neighbors want to blame me for not breaking my boxes down. Manager went in, checked the boxes out, checked all the flattened boxes with my name on it, saw we broke them down. Other neighbors, they just threw them in. They're too fucking lazy to break down the boxes. The damn recycling bin was overflowing. Literally. And then the manager said, well, if you're throwing garbage bags in the recycling bin, maybe you should throw them in the dumpster. I said, why? When we pull the recycling cans out, they're in a bag. All our soda cans, wine bottles, plastic bottles, cardboard, everything that's on the recycling spectrum. You realize that I'm basically telling the truth. I'm just fucking sitting there recycling. I don't want to go out every day, so I have multiple recycling cans. Neighbor wants to basically blame me. I ordered too much. Really. Recently, I bought some liquid Johnny seasoning for French dips. I bought more steak seasoning, make steak sauce. That's it. Everything else, I'm living comfortably. 55-pound bags of milk coming. That's all we need this month. Milk. I'm just tired of the Neighbors. Police told me that Chloe makes threats. Neighbor calls. Sheriff puts in the newspaper. Have you been in contact with Chloe? No, I heard it in their apartment. So it's hearsay. They put it down as no report. Plain and simple. Tells you right there. Doing everything they can. Manager said unless there's a report and multiple witnesses, it didn't happen. Manager says I'm not on the eviction block. There's other people that are, but not me. I'm walking in eggshells. I got bipolar handbooks, all these different medical books I'm reading, and yet it sucks. Literally, it sucks. Oh, yeah, I agree. I've asked her to do that, but you know what? Her mom convinced her not to. The RV might have too many problems. For an older RV, it might be 35 feet, but it might have problems, Chloe. So you don't want to buy it. Chloe didn't buy it. Literally. When the adjuster emails me like once a month anyways, checking in. Chloe bought a bike. She won't use 3 times. Chloe bought a trailer. Family found out there was a doggy trailer. She won't use. My trike, I'm stuck inside. She doesn't want to help me carry 80 pounds out so I can ride it, so I'm stuck indoors. Literally. I just don't understand why someone like her can get away with so much. I saw Joe the other day. I feel like I'm fucking bending to her will. I want to watch this movie. Oh, I want to write these movies. I want to do that. And it's like, do I really want to watch the Jurassic Park series? I don't know. Never seen it in my life. I have no clue. The other day, Joe emailed me and he said, "What are you watching?" Or messaged me. I said, "Oh, I'm watching Ice Age series." What a bunch of bullshit, you know. I rented the Snoopy movie. That was fine. I rented a couple other movies. That was fine. But, I got this Jesus movie I need to finish up. I tried watching it last night, but she bitched at me because she's sleeping on the floor. She's like, "You gotta wake me up when you touch the computer. My desktop's connected to my big TV." So I was like, click, 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 click. So I decided to pass out. Had a glass of wine, passed out. Woke up around 2 in the morning. I started watching biographies on YouTube. FDR, TR, Nixon, stuff like that. Then I saw some about MacArthur. Wakes up. Almost finished MacArthur. I went to bed. Went to bed till like noon. Got up, walked on my treadmill, and got on this video. It literally feels like I'm basically catering to her. I'm penny pinching. I'm doing everything we can to survive, and yet the only reason why my family came out, Pee-wee, is because I paid out of my own pocket for the trip. I mean, literally, not Chloe, but me. Paid $330 a night. Paid for their wine. Paid 85% of their expenses. And yet, plain and simple, I thought I did good by reporting it to the FBI last night. I mean, literally. Then she has to say, Rita's having breathing problems. Rita's having headaches. She's having chest pain. 911. Literally. They say, "Oh, she might be a little tipsy, but we want to have the hospital check her out." They can't issue it. They're the fire departments, the police. Police don't want to bother with me. They're just like, oh well. Me? Chloe comes in, I'm in the shower. Big deal. And yet, I'm the only fucking person in this fucking world that turns around and gets an email from my lamb distributor that says, "You don't get any lamb after September, better figure something out." But I do email another farmer and said, "Hey, I'm interested in buying several 30-pound blocks of hamburger. 1 pound intervals. And by the way, ma'am, I'd like to get some of your beef and your lamb boxes too. She said, no problem. You're good to go. Meanwhile, Chloe's like, oh, well, look, I'm the only one working with the farmers, making sure that we eat. Unfortunately, Chloe, on the other hand, doesn't realize I'm doing everything for her. She can't get off her ass to clean. Hi, boo-boo. You eating? He's eating his pellets. Look at that little baby. He's so beautiful. Here, let me give you a kiss. I mean, literally, I'm looking all the time through Facebook. Unfortunately, Facebook Marketplace for Chloe. But unfortunately, her mom thinks that she's entitled to live here because she's on the lease, which is true, but still. Chloe's already paid the rent up. I just don't know. Manager said that these people are complaining because I'm eating steak, lamb, roast, chicken, pork, and yet they can't find it. Well, if they basically put their money towards fucking food, they wouldn't have this problem. But I've had to make sacrifices. Yet people think I'm the problem. I'm not the problem. I do everything I can. Hell, I was talking to Joe the other day about my hobbies. I got a camera I've never used. Never been able to get out to other parts of the island. So it sits in a box. I got new fly rods to teach Chloe how to fly fish. Again, it ain't happening. Now look at this. New fly rods, and yet I can't use them because I have the license, but I just got to get off my butt and go fly fish. Instead, I'm stuck. What else? I'm sitting there and I got some new games. I got like 90 new video games unopened. Like this, with the little moo cow as a bonus. Can't even play it. So busy handling the stimulus checks for everyone that people want. They don't want it sugar coated, but they want the truth. So I do that, and guess what happens? No time to play games. I update my online accounts to update my latest accounts. No time. Chloe says once the place is clean, I can play games with her. That was my promise to her. She won't do anything. And she's like, oh, you're depressed because I'm not cleaning. Well, why aren't you clean? I don't know. Do I gotta do every fucking thing? If I have to do everything fucking thing, then she should be in a fucking group home. Son of a bitch won't fucking clean. I cleaned the bathroom yesterday. She's like, oh, the bathroom looks good. Stovetop is so fucking nasty. I'm about to clean it myself. And to reorganize this pantry. Her answer is, I'm so depressed. Go in the back room. She's either masturbating or fucking on her computer playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. I don't get the luxury of playing games. I got like 500 games I want to buy that I could buy right now, and I can't even do that. I'm sitting here going, when do I have time? The pandemic's over, when no more stimulus checks are given. No one knows what's going to happen. I asked Joe. Joe's like, well, you lost the motivation. I didn't lose the motivation. I'm worried about the fucking pandemic. I'm sick right now. I'm worried about the pandemic. I'm worried about these dreams where I'm seeing the Grim Reaper. And yet, all I hear is, oh, you can have whatever you want, really. You buy games, I buy games from time to time, like pre-ordering today, but I don't buy many because, I've been not authorized to. Plus the fact that Chloe asked me to spend about $300 on fucking jerky again. Oh, my jerky's almost out. Buy me jerky sticks and stuff. The other day, she emailed the wine guy. His winery's open. She's gonna go up there and buy some more salami. I went online to order salami directly. It's due next week. Literally, same salami, cheaper price, and yet people think I'm the problem. I do everything I can to save a few bucks, and I look like it's a bad thing. Pop, come here. Oh yeah, yeah. Pee Wee wants to say hello to you. Hello, everyone. My name is Moppy, and I was sleeping until I got woke up. I'm a Shih Tzu. Yay for Shih Tzus. Yay. Anyways, today we're going to talk about stimulus checks. Are you going to get one? Fuck no, you don't deserve it. Are you going to get anything? Nope. You don't deserve jack shit, freeloading bums. Get a job. Yeah. Oh. My service dog means the world to me. Anyone hurts him, they hurt me. So there is a sirloin steak somewhere that I want to give you later, Moppy. Here you go. I'll give you this a little later. Sirloin steak and vegetables, son. Moppy, don't cuss. Yeah. Well, if Daddy was around, he'd say the same damn thing. Yeah. Daddy loved you. He loved you more than he loved me. Yeah, well, right now I'm thinking of doing that because, frankly, I want to get into this new game I got, but, everyone keeps messaging me, where's my stimulus or this and that. And then there's people that message me on my phone going, I deserve a stimulus because I'm elderly. I don't care if you're elderly. I mean, what is it with these fucking people? You get what you get. If you want to fucking bitch, you want to fucking bitch. I mean, I'm tired of fucking seeing these fucking people bitch. That's the point. I'm tired of seeing these jackasses bitch about every little thing. You know? That's the thing. I'm tired of seeing people complain that they're entitled to $2,000 a month, and if other countries can do it, so should we. We shouldn't be giving these jackboots that much money. These jackboots are just greedy as sin. Problem is the American people need to realize they get what they get, nothing more, nothing less. Hey, boo boo. Yeah, lunch at this time, I'd just say you'd be fixing dinner, sis. Anyways, you have a great day. I'm going to log off soon, and I'm going to wait a few minutes, log off, and then I'm going to put a movie in and cook my dinner myself. I got leftover steak tonight, leftover steak tomorrow, and then I cook more steak up. So, there you have it. So, please add, subscribe, please post comments, please leave feedback. Well, sorry, whoops, it's not time. I have to clean house now. I'm fixing my cream freezer. See you later, girl. I hope I did the right thing by reporting Chloe, but that's beside the point. So, for the rest of you out there, I will be on for a few more minutes before I log off. Should turn my phone on and see if I got any messages. So I will be here a little bit longer. I will be here for another 12 minutes, and then I'm logging off and watching that movie I rented. And cooking dinner and sleeping. Trying to sleep is a hard thing. See you later, Pee-wee. This fleet admiral says enjoy your cleaning and your lunch. I would say it's dinner time, but you want lunch? Enjoy lunch. Ugh. Ugh. Gee, my messages, I'm flooded. Flooded, I tell you. With useless crap. Load my phone up. This is what I get. Useless crap. Plain and simple. Too many useless craps, you know? Ugh, fuck. So, 10 more minutes and I'm logging off and making dinner. Putting my Jesus movie in and not caring. So, who's with me, who's not with me? Anyone have any questions about stimulus checks? I'll answer now. Otherwise, I will go and watch a movie soon. I'm going to say something to this. Thing is I won't sugarcoat anything, you know this, and yet there's people out there that watch my videos and think I don't know what I'm talking about. That is why I take the liberty of doing what I can for the people. Monday is when we're going to see an update on the stimulus bill. And me, it's fine. It's fine. It's all delayed. What? Talking to my people, not you. Let's see what we got in the comments. So a lot of people are bitching about stimulus bills haven't passed today. And you know what? The government doesn't have to give you any bullshit information on the stimulus bill. So, because I'm still alive, I'm going to basically say,
I'm gonna take a shower.
sure. American people aren't going to give you jack shit.
These are keys.
Thanks. You take a shower? When do you want your hamburger? All right. Unemployment's gone down the toilet. These people, I just love that. They want fucking $2,000 a week for the rest of the stimulus. That's $8,000 a month, fucking lazy bastards. No one deserves to give them a paycheck. These fucking lying sacks of dung don't know anything when it comes to stimulus checks. Monday, you'll get a check. Tuesday, you'll know more. They'll vote on it if the Democrats can basically speed things up. Otherwise, you're going to see nothing passed, and the Republicans will be voted out of office. And then the American people have something to be scared about. New over the wire said something about 70% wage replacement. So you'll get 70% of your wages on the new unemployment plan. Wow, 70%? It's a bunch of bullshit. I say give them hell. Meantime, nothing we can do about it, right? So I got to cook up some steak. I got to relax. I got to put a movie in soon, but I want to share with you all. My opinion is you ain't gonna see jack shit. They just basically spraying the trap. 70% of people's workers, they just got 30% out. So that's about $420 a week. Or about $400. If there's jobs available. If there's no jobs available, that's $1,600 a month. If you can't make $1,600 a month plus benefits last, well, fuck you. You can go hungry. You can live in a tent. You can die. No one owes you diddly jack shit. Plain and simple. Yeah. So, it's the way the world works. So, in the meantime, I say, well, it's your head, not mine. That's the way I see it. American people need to realize that they're going to be shafted one way or the other. It's all about big business, not about anything else. Plain and simple. So, that said, I love you all. And, Chloe, you have anything to say before I log off, put my movie in?
Everyone enjoy. Does everyone remember what we said about?
Let her talk for a second. I don't care if she sits in my chair. I gotta pee.
All I'm saying is that everyone just don't hope for anything. Just just sit back and see what happens.
What about 28 million people going to be homeless?
Well, that's unfortunate.
Anyone have any questions or concerns before I log out for stimulus checks or unemployment checks or Chloe doing jack shit and being on her phone? No? All right, cool. The American people, they're done. Tired. They're tired and they're tired.
Did good. You're good.
So,
what is it?
life is good.
Are you I'm sending those out tomorrow. You should stay here tomorrow, right?
I'm going to stay in because I'm quarantined due to the fact that, you know,
I'll be picking up the stuff tomorrow.
so anyone have anything to say or do? All right. So, please add, subscribe, please post comments, please leave feedback, suggestion at the like, subscribe button, social funding for your family, school, your dogs, cats, your bunnies, service dogs. Thank you for that. Hit the bell notification for new content every day. Thanks for watching and God bless you in everything you do.